Alright, how's it going everybody? Lead meteorologist John Choquette, and I'm actually back here today. I'm not, this isn't a 12 p.m. hail forecast. This is indeed our live coverage, and I see your comment about saying the music sucks. Deal with it. Alright, so pretty much let's just go over what we are dealing with right now. We have a handful of storms going on at the moment. So we have a couple of things here. Couple storms. This is all along a warm front, I believe. It's along some sort of boundary layer. They're dropping a couple storms. This one's in particular had up to a golf ball size hail and has been tornado warned. That's not the meat of the story though. The meat of the story is the storms here. We got one storm north of Denton, and we have another one that looks like it's trying to form to the northeast of the Mineral Wells area. Trying to see what everyone's saying here. I'm seeing your comments, don't worry. Alright, so we're going to go into the radar here. We're going to jump right into... okay. Yes, the music is copyright free. I only can do certain kinds of stuff. So, I'd rather not go to Facebook jail. Alright guys, so here we go. I got the radar, high res radar going on here. We've had one storm kind of try to take off here. We've been watching this for a little while now. Honestly, I was just kind of sitting there watching and seeing if it would go up. Over by Pilot Point, this storm is warned for quarters right now. It is still, I think this one is still trying to organize itself. You see the last frame here. It looks like we have trying to go up a little bit, and it's trying to organize itself a little bit better. And for those asking, I have the comments on the screen so I can actually see them for the most. And for people watching on the app and for people watching on YouTube, they can see all the comments that are on Facebook show up on the screen, so they know what I'm talking about when I respond to questions. That's why I have it on there. Anyway, so just a little side note, I'm waiting for a phone call from my mechanic. So if there's a point where my phone rings and suddenly I switch over to the Between Broadcast map, that is because I'm answering that call. I just kind of need to get that pretty much. So don't fret if that happens. In the meantime, we'll just be doing storm coverage until that happens, and we'll continue through on there. So anyway, we have this storm trying to form. Again, this is right near where Sanger is. You can see it kind of arcing a little bit. I think this is where that main updraft is going to be, and it's going to strengthen as we can get going here. The good news for these storms is we have them forming well ahead of the north front, the warm front, the cold front I mean. The cold front's way up north in Oklahoma still. So these storms have a chance to be able to get themselves much more strong. They can get themselves to have that chance of up to tennis ball size hail like I mentioned in the forecast earlier today. So right now I think it's looking good for the better chances of bigger hail. We just have to see if this storm by Sanger, if it can organize itself, figure itself out. Okay, yeah, it looks like it's starting to figure itself out as that next radar frame. It's trying to figure itself out up here, and it'll go and probably move off to the east and eventually towards the southeast. That would bring it down towards the McKinney area. I know McKinney's been hit pretty much every single year since 2016, but you know, what are you going to do? But more interestingly though, hang on, I need to bring up Tarrant County. We have this storm that has popped up while I was talking about the other one. And this is in a much more favorable area for people being impacted immediately. This is a storm just to the north and west of the immediate Fort Worth area in Tarrant County. And then we have this other storm behind it here. This one one of these could get going really soon here. And I could see those getting severe warned. And that could spell big time storms. Again, these are all very close to the metroplex, the immediate metroplex of the meat of the population. So we're watching them very carefully. They're going to go up. If they can break that cap and go up quickly, that means they can drop large hail and over a populated area. I'm going to take the time right now. I'm going to actually bring up some road files so I can actually see the roads here going to Tarrant County and Parker County and the other counties that these storms are in that I'm not looking at the exact moment. I got to bring up Denton County and Collin County as well. Oh, shut up. Okay. Bring up. So just 1 second, guys, as I make it so we have some roads to work with. Shows how often Dallas has been hit so far this year that I don't have any of the roads prepped up on this radar. And I wanted to get on this video as fast as possible so we could kind of get ahead of people starting to flood our inbox and our phone lines with asking if I was going to do coverage and asking about the storms. Just want to keep you guys informed as much as possible, as fast as possible. All right, there's Tarrant County. And let's get Denton and Collin counties next. I should have these memorized, but I don't. 85. Okay. And Denton County is the last one I need right now. 121. All right, got the roads going on here. So here we go. Anything for Houston tonight? We have nothing in Houston tonight. This is all going to be the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. And eventually, if things do get a little more intense, I may turn off the comments on here so you guys can see everything normal and then switch it back to my phone. Just as a little side note. Right now, it looks like the strongest storm at this exact moment. Okay, I'm trying to do looking at some stuff on the fly here. Okay, those echo tops look pretty good. Any rotation? Okay, this one storm, this is probably the one I'm most interested in right now, right by Eagle Mountain. The echo tops on this one have gone up ridiculously quick. Yes, it's hailing in Mississippi and in other parts of Texas as well. I'll jump back into them in just a minute. I'm just trying to go over this right now. This storm interests me the most right now, just to the north and west of Dallas, or Fort Worth, I mean, and it is warned, as I just said that, as I said it was of interest. We got a severe thunderstorm warning for it. The echo tops of this, so basically the top of the storm is going up very fast, faster than all of the other ones, which to me indicates that the cap is breaking, that capping inversion of the atmosphere that keeps storms from getting too strong. It's now looking like it is trying to really take off. And again, this is very, very close to people here. I mean, it's literally just a few miles away. So if this thing blows up, it's going to be immediately impacting folks. So right now they have it warned for quarter-size hail, and that's extending all the way through a good chunk of the metro. Brings it all the way pretty much to downtown Dallas. This storm would be moving, let's see here, pretty much due east, maybe east-southeast. So this would go through a very densely populated area. Again, assuming this thing continues its strengthening trend. Other storm here, it's still kind of a mess as we're trying to, it looks like it's still trying to figure out what updraft, so what energy source basically it wants to latch on to as it continues to move to the east and east and southeast, generally towards the McKinney area. So I think I'm watching this storm to see if this will do anything. However, the storm further to the south and to the west that is over Eagle Mountain right now, this is the one I'm watching with the closest. Let me just move it further north here. There we go. So to get above the part of the comments here, I think I'm watching this the closest at the moment. My phone is not on Do Not Disturb right now, so I can get that phone call. So if you hear the ding of my watch and everything here, let me, I'll take a second here just to put that on silent so you guys don't hear the dinging constantly. Yeah. So we got up further north here, over by Denison, we have a storm of quarter-size hail that's moving through right now. We have elsewhere, what was this, quarter-size hail? Quarter-size hail just passed up in the middle of nowhere, heading towards, just to the east of Ardmore, towards Madill, Oklahoma, eventually towards Kingston, Oklahoma. I'll get into the overview mode here, and we're looking at, oh man, holy cow, we got a whole bunch of things that went up while I was trying to go live here. A whole bunch of severe thunderstorm warnings just went up. So we have storms trying to go up in north central or northern portions of Louisiana, just south of Monroe, here, and here. We have storms all in this cluster here to the north and west of Shreveport, heading in the general direction of Shreveport. We'll see if it actually can get there while still producing hail. Some other storms in Mississippi, I think these are mostly over rural areas as well. We'll have to keep an eye on this one if it heads towards Jackson. And again, the main focus right now, due to the majority of you guys who watches us, is these storms here. They're in, especially these two storms are in very favorable areas for it to not only strengthen, but also impact a lot of folks. So we're going to continue to watch and see how these storms evolve as they continue to move to the east, and this one generally moving to the southeast. I think the big thing right now is seeing are these actually breaking the cap, or are they can they break through that cap? Can they start making big time hail, or are they going to kind of struggle a little bit? We're just going to have to see how that goes. Okay, let me watch this a little bit here. Do we have hail falling out on this one? It's pretty close to this little storm is pretty close here to the radar, so we're going to see a lot of feedback, all this garbage here, to make things a little bit more challenging to see as we continue to move off to the south and east. The storm here over by Agnes, this one I can see also possibly taking off here. Again, a whole bunch of different storms really trying to get their acts together, trying to figure out which one will go dominant, and that will really determine where in the Dallas Metroplex we're going to see big hail. Right now, I think Pilot Point might have seen some quarter-size hail for a little while there. If I zoom in, like right in here, you can tell that we have this here, we have this up in here. Right here in Pilot Point, looks like they probably saw some quarter-size hail for at least a little while as that moved out. Again, this storm interests me the most overall because of the way everything is starting to it's trying really hard to get its main updraft back here, back into where the inflow of the storm would be. It's like eventually something's going to give, and one of these storms is going to take off basically on this. Further off, again, further to the south and to the west, this storm doesn't look crazy impressive right now, but of course it fired like basically over the Fort Worth area. So we just kind of have to see, can that break? Can it break the cap? Can we get the big time hail? I know that was a pretty strong cap, but I mean, the fact that storms were even firing at all, showing that at least there was some breaks in that cap. Okay, this is showing a much bigger hail marker on here. I have no hail marker on here, which makes me think, I wonder if I look at this from a different radar. Okay, so all the little diamonds on here, guys, if you don't know, those are what we use for our hail markers, what the algorithm puts out. It helps give us an idea of how much the storm's strengthening. The little markers, they change colors, they get closer to blue. That means things are strengthening, and if they lower or disappear entirely, that means that the storm usually is on a weakening trend. Let me see. Oh, dang it. And so the fact that this one has no marker on it at the moment makes me go, huh, that's kind of weird. But when I look at it on our overview mode on Earth, we have a darker marker, which is indicative of the storm strengthening, like on there. So I'm kind of waiting to see if we get that next radar update to see if it's just we're having issues with with just being close to the radar with the marker not showing up. And otherwise, yeah, we have a lot more severe thunderstorm warnings with isolated supercells than I was expecting today. The models were showing this intense squall line moving through, and now we have supercells all over the place right now. So this is kind of interesting here, guys. And of course, just another note, if this storm does go to town, our focus is really going to zero in on this, and that's including the guys in the other room too, doing all the mapping. If things start to get a lot more hectic, obviously we kind of put focus on storms that have higher impact points, basically. So, all right, so it looks like here, this storm over by Agnes, this one for sure is, this one is gone darker. Yes, the dark marker, let's go, hashtag darker marker. Yeah, go ahead, guys. This one it looks like is strengthening for sure, coming off this dry line here. This storm, I gotta look at it in 3D or something. Am I not picking up? Where's it cutting it off? Ugh, got my 3D on this one. It's terrible. Might not be making it here. We gotta kind of see. Okay. Yeah, this one's strengthening back here. Back by Agnes. This one is definitely strengthening. I'm willing to bet this one will get severe warned very soon. The one by Saginaw, I'm willing to bet right now, it doesn't look that impressive. It's pretty small. It's trying to strengthen. It's got that little arc you got going in there. It's strengthening, very small, tight supercell. But I wouldn't be surprised if the storm further to the west by Agnes ends up kind of killing this inflow and taking over. And either way, that would bring it, the trajectory, that would bring it, you know, pretty much, I mean, I'd bring it right towards downtown Fort Worth if that were to do that. So, again, very, we got a bigger marker here as well over by Pilot Point. It looks like, yeah, this storm is starting to strengthen. It's starting to organize a little bit better, really trying to get itself on one centralized updraft. So if this can go, and obviously any of these storms too, if they can go and strengthen and really start to root themselves to the ground, they typically take a turn to the right. So that would bring this storm take a turn further south as well. So that is another thing we have to, you know, watch very carefully as these storms are continuing to develop and trying to strengthen a little bit here. Looks like another little shower trying to form over by Denton, or like basically on top of Denton. Again, these storms are going to be forming right on the city here, so it's going to be watching extremely carefully, and every radar update is going to be a little bit of a nail biter for you guys, I feel like, as we keep moving forward here. As we wait for the next update, I'm going to kind of go over an overview again, people who are just joining us. Yes, Collin County. Just people just joining us, seeing what we are going over. We have a couple storms for the north over by Denison. This has some quarter-size hail. Another storm in Oklahoma, just to the east of Ardmore. That's moving to the southeast as well. All these have quarter-size hail. More impressive storms heading in the general direction of Shreveport. That's turning into a cluster. So we'll see if it can get to Shreveport before it turns into just a wind producer. It has a history of dropping golf ball size hail. I'm not sure how large the hail is right now. I don't have a radar on that open at the moment, but just from looking on here, there's at least one decent core, probably close to golf ball size, to the west of Linden, Texas. And these are, again, heading generally to the south and to the east. We have other storms. Looks like a golf ball report just came in what is this, Port Gibson, Mississippi. So these little supercells have a little bit of a punch to them as well. A pretty impressive looking storm just to the east of Jonesboro, Louisiana, and another storm here from over to the north of Ruston, Louisiana. All these moving generally east towards the basic Monroe area, possibly splitting the difference on that one. Tornado warnings, yes, there are tornado warnings currently across near Atlanta, Texas, and to the north and far by Marion, Louisiana. Otherwise, mostly just severe thunderstorm warnings. And now I'm going to bring it all back in and bring it back here to the Dallas area. I'm sure the radar is updated by now. No. Okay, there we go. Another radar update here. Continuing watching this storm. This storm I'm watching the most right now, over by Agnes. As it's continuing to strengthen, it's getting more of that classic supercell look. I think this could be our big boy that could happen here. We have, the marker has returned over here by Saginaw. This storm doesn't look as impressive to me right now. It was looking better before, but it looks like at the moment this one may not have managed to break the cap. Let's check some echo tops on this one. Let's see. Yeah, this one may not. This one may have struggled to break the. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, what is going on over here? We got a. So, okay, guys, you know, I was talking about our color scale for our little markers. This one went from 1.48, this nice little orange marker, to a deep, deep purple, which is 3 inches. So this storm is found its updraft. This one's taken off. Yeah, this one's definitely taking off. This is just to the south of Pilot Point. Yeah, that happened just now. All right, yeah. So we're gonna have to watch this one real careful. because this is going to be heading right towards Prosper and to McKinney. Is last year, I think March 26th, I want to say, last year. Correct me if I'm wrong. You guys in the Dallas area probably know all these dates by heart. I think there was a storm that did one of these guys down towards McKinney. Similar to that. This storm, yeah, this storm for sure. This may be big time hail producer. Now that we get a much larger marker, this storm is definitely strengthening pretty rapidly here. And this is in a perfect position to have a big storm hit the Dallas area, Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. So we'll see. Again, the marker doesn't indicate how big the hail actually is. It usually overdoes how big the hail is at the ground by a handful. March 28th, 23rd, 28th. One of those. It was like the last week of March. How about that? We had a storm take a path very, very similar to where this one is right now and where it may go. So this the next radar frame will be very interesting. The huge jump, though, that huge jump shows that the storm is strengthening quite a bit, but the echo tops are a lot higher. Yeah. So these echo tops. So this is just, again, how tall the storm is. We're getting the reds in there now. This thing, yeah. This has broken the cap for sure. So, oops, nope, that's not the one I want. Okay. Continuing on, upwards and onwards, and we have to watch this other storm as well over by Agnes. We have to watch this one. This one looks like it could also take over. And if we have multiple, holy cow, we're getting a lot. I just got a bunch of comments all at once. That was crazy. Okay. So it looks like this one here may also move down to the, okay, all right, we got hail falling now. Yeah, this storm is strengthening. You can see, let me move. All right, guys, I think I'm going to, very soon, I'm going to switch the comments off of the screen that I have on here, and it's just going to be back on my phone so you guys can see everything fine. But you can see the storm is a lot stronger now. We have purples in here. We are heading, so this is, again, just to the south and east of Pilot Point. The CCs are starting to go down a little bit here, which means we have hail. Hail is falling out of this storm now. The marker continues to be very large at 3 inches, and it is, so now we are going to be moving over to the, all right, give me 1 second, guys. I'm switching over to the live stream so I can read your comments. And I am going to get rid of the comments for now. That should have done it. All right, yeah, comments are off. So that did it, guys. So, okay. All right, this storm is strengthening for sure. And this little shower down here, I'm not concerned about it. This is out ahead of everything. It should be okay. That's going to continue down. Again, moving down to the south and to the east, those of you just joining us, we have a couple storms here. The storm currently, if you're seeing rain in Keller right now, not a big deal. This thing didn't do it, but the storm further to the west, we have a new warning up here that's warned for quarters now. This one by Agnes. This is one we're going to have to watch. Watch this as it moves towards Fort Worth. The other storm, more pressing storm right now, storm that has definitely already broken the cap. It's rooted itself. It's strengthening pretty rapidly here. This one, to the south and east of Pilot Point, we're getting hail in the core right here. Probably the sizes are probably been going up pretty quick in this one as it's really taken off. Okay. The comments are off the screen that are just on the screen. If you're seeing comments still coming up and you're watching on your phone, you can swipe those away. You can swipe away the comments. You can see that. That's just on Facebook. The ones that are directly on the feed I have removed, and I can just see it on my cell phone, the pictures on the comments on there, so you guys can still ask questions and I can answer them that way. All right. Okay, we have to see. But places like Prosper and McKinney, you're going to be in line for this storm, assuming it doesn't take a real hard curve to the south or anything crazy like that. But I think, yeah, Prosper, McKinney, what else is over here? Frisco, Allen. Is it just those towns? Friggin' Texas and your giant suburbs of Dallas. It makes my life a little easier. But yeah, so again, we're waiting. That next frame update is going to continue moving in this general direction to the south and to the east towards McKinney. Storm is strengthening and we will see what comes of that. And again, other storm here. This is by Agnes. This is just to the west of the Fort Worth area. This storm looks like it's also strengthening. Storm that's currently over Saginaw. If you're in the North Fort Worth area, Saginaw and Keller, you're seeing some rain right now. I don't think you're seeing much in the way of hail. And if there is hail, it's not severe. It's probably just little hail. Rain, some thunder and lightning. That's not your big storm. Your big storm is further to the west. And we are impatiently waiting for, God, how are they still doing 5-minute updates? Man. Typically the radars, they're supposed to switch to severe weather mode in instances like this, so we get updates every 2 minutes. Right now we're getting them every 5 minutes, which is very frustrating because I'd like to see the updates a little bit faster here. Okay, thunder in McKinney. Yes, you're probably hearing the thunder. The storm is coming in. All right, yeah, wow. All right, they got our update. We're getting a lot of hail now. A lot of hail right now over by to northeast of Aubrey. I probably don't even need to point out to you. You can see you got the CC returns, and then you have deep pink. Hail size is getting bigger, at least $0.25 size hail. And heading towards Salina, again towards Prosper. This is making a beeline for Prosper right now. So it's going straight towards Prosper. And then that will eventually also head towards Prosper, then McKinney. Let's see. Getting some good hail falling. I'm going to bring up Parker County. 1 second, guys. 367. Okay, so right now, right along Highway 199, we're getting hail on this storm. This is to the north and west of Fort Worth. This one hasn't quite taken off, but is still definitely strengthening. It's still showing signs of strengthening. It's rooted right against the, right by the dry line. You can very easily see where its inflow is at. It shows up really well. It shows up super well on radar on this one. So we're watching that storm. We have a storm over Fort Worth right now. That we're continuing to watch this. It's weak right now, but you know that last update made it look a little bit better. So we're gonna have to watch that one as well. And it's gonna really, is there rotation in this? Probably mid-level rotation. I don't think there's. I wouldn't be surprised. Actually, I wouldn't be surprised if they tornado warn this. They might tornado warn this storm as it's heading towards McKinney. So anyway, so if you guys just joining, you can see how quick. Look how quick this thing changed. It went from just like I think it's doing something to bam, just really got its act together. And we're at 3.02, so the marker continues to go up. It's continuing to maintain strength. It's still strengthening, and we're beelining it now towards McKinney, towards Prosper, towards Frisco, Fairview, all these areas. It looks like we're probably going to be seeing. Big time hail is going to be happening here in the imminent future, it looks like. Okay, ZDR showing. So this shows how much hail, a lot of hail falling in here. The more gray you see like this, the more big hail is falling. The more hail, just volume that's falling. So it's high volume, probably pretty large. Not much in the way of melting. So I bet we're going to start seeing on the hail trace color table some red swath pretty soon here, if not already. All right, while we wait for that next update, I'm going to do another recap of everything going on. If you're just joining us, we have a lot of people watching right now. We have quite a bit of activity, quite a bit more activity than what we were initially anticipating. The computer model is doing all right this year, the HRRR in particular, but this is, ooh, what is this? Looks like we got a little shower trying to pop up a few counties to the north and west of Austin that we'll have to keep an eye on. But anyway, we have storms across a portion of northern Louisiana. We have storms in Mississippi. This had a history dropping golf ball size hail. In terms of in Jackson, Mississippi, which I think is the only area with any people in it for the most part, these storms are going to stay south of Jackson. These storms are not much in the way of big hail producers. We have a whole conga line of storms forming here just south of Monroe, Louisiana, and north of Monroe, Louisiana. All those hail producers of varying sizes. We had a storm with a history of golf ball size hail currently by Linden, Texas. This is heading in the direction of Shreveport. I think this is going to stop producing hail by the time it gets to Shreveport. It will be more of a wind threat. But the biggest story right now is we have storms in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex that this one in particular, boy, oh boy, it is really taking off now. Here across just to the west of Salina, or we have a lot of big time hail now falling. We're seeing a lot more blues and greens on here on our CCs, our correlation coefficient. So it's really indicating we're getting some big hail falling out of this bad boy now. So let's see, yeah. When this bottoms out like this, I can see the map below it. That usually is a very clear indicator of some big hail of, you know, at least 2.25 inches. ZDR continuing to show. Again, majority hail. Oh crap, I hope that's not a tornado. Oh boy, that would not be good. Hopefully we don't have any tornadic activity with this. Markers going up here. It looks like the storm is strengthening right now over just to north of Melody Hills. And so I guess I'm assuming this is part of Keller. The storm is, you can see, the storm is trying to get its act together in the city. So yeah, I'm going to have to watch this. Oh, geez. Okay, yeah, this storm is also trying to get its act. So the storm right now, this is over North Richland Hills and Watauga. I hope I didn't screw that one up too bad. This one looks like this. It looks like this one is trying to now take off, trying to strengthen within the Metroplex. Further to the west, it looks like the storm is trying by Agnes over by Springtown as it continues down Route Highway 199. It looks like this is now beginning to strengthen as it's heading towards the Fort Worth area. So we're watching that. But again, the biggest story right now, God, Jesus. Yeah, this storm is going to screw somebody up pretty bad pretty soon here in terms of hail. Prosper, you gotta get ready, man. It's happening. It's happening soon. Like, it's happening real soon. It's going right for you. Man, what are they rewarning it for? Yeah, tennis balls. That makes perfect. Yeah, this is definitely dropping tennis ball size hail right now for sure. So, yeah. So, oh, Derek is don't crash the car. See, so Derek's out of the office. He had to drop his daughter off at a thing about halfway to Tulsa, and I texted one of our clients who's one of our friends. I was on the phone with him and I was like, that seals it, Dallas is getting hit. Derek's not going to be around for a couple hours. And lo and behold, we have storms going up. Never fails. Every time Derek's out of the office, we seem to always get something big. So blame Derek. How about that? Or I guess blame, you know. Anyway, so yeah, big time hail's falling out of this thing now. Anyway, focusing back in on the issue at hand, we have, those of you just joining, let me do a quick reset here. All right, this is covering storms in the DFW area. There's other storms going on as well, but the main focus is going to stay here in the Metroplex. Biggest story right now, this is heading towards Prosper and eventually McKinney in the next 20-30 minutes, I'd say, in McKinney. Right now, dropping tennis ball, maybe up to baseball size hail. Big time hail, a whole ton of it for sure. And that is the main storm we're looking at. We have another storm that is a curious case over by North Richland Hills. It wasn't looking too great, and it looks like it has since split, and now this may strengthen. This is over North Richland Hills, which is just to the north of Fort Worth. So it's in the Fort Worth, Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. And then another storm here by Springtown that's also heading down Highway 199 towards Fort Worth. This one looks like it is strengthening quite a bit since its humble beginnings about 25 minutes ago. And I think all these storms, at least these two, could be big ticket items here as we're watching. Again, we're very, very close to Dallas. We're very close to Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. So it's not going to take much time for these to suddenly start hitting people. So that's why we're doing this continuing coverage here. I just don't want to get caught off. I'm really trying to make sure I don't get caught off guard on this little guy. So I keep checking back. Go ahead, share this. Yeah, this thing is strengthening. Whoops. pointing the wrong thing. This thing is strengthening too. Alright, so we could have a handful of storms at once pretty soon here. So share this video, get it out there. We're doing this coverage. We're going to do this coverage all the way through the Dallas area being hit. And obviously our maps are being made live. You can go ahead and check them out as it's happening. I'm sure it's at least a 2-star map already. And yeah, alright boy. Alright. Okay, so this storm now is starting to get that look that I've come to notice over the 4 years I've worked here now, that the storms that typically end up dropping crazy big hail, they start doing a little hook like this, and then the hail ends up kind of doing like a loop around, and it's getting that classic Dallas gets a big storm map. So big storm look. Still not tornado warned. Alright guys, I gotta take a break real quick here. I need to answer this phone call. I'll be back in just a minute. Okay guys, sorry about that. Car's fixed, so hooray for me. Anyway, so back to what's at hand here. We have the storm. It's now very close to Prosper. We got a new warning on it for tennis ball size hail. As I figured, it's continuing to move towards Prosper. We'll start sending out push notifications very soon here as this storm is going to be dropping big hail in Prosper. Probably, I mean, right now over, where is this, like Preston Road here that goes through Prosper. So this will be heading right towards you guys, and then after that we'll be getting some real more significant population in the Frisco area and into McKinney, eventually Plano. Further to the west here we have okay. soccer ball size hail. We have this storm again over by Melody Hills here. Again, the markers tends to be a little high. We're going to kind of see what happens with this. Again, this is really, it's in a populated area, so if there's big hail on it, we'll know if it's falling right away. We got to report a 0.75 inch hail in Springtown. This storm, the marker isn't as good, but it looks like it's strengthening. It still has an inflow. This storm is interesting just because you can see the inflow super well. So this little tail on the storm here, that is hail. Okay, I need to put my phone on silent. Okay, we have the inflow. So this is the energy going into the storm. So this storm has good inflow. It's not cut off. I think it's definitely still strengthening. It's definitely not the cold front or anything. So yeah, this storm again. We're heading directly into Prosper now. Three storms that we're watching. This one is the biggest one for sure at Prosper, heading in towards McKinney. Overview look, I haven't looked in a little bit here. Did you guys like that, that other music? We had different songs, a couple different songs every once in a while. Quite a few quarter reports over here by Denison. Mount Pleasant looks like you're going to storm again. Most likely not severe hail, just some heavy rains, winds. Another tornado warning up for the Linden area. So I'm willing to bet this probably has pretty big hail in it right now. But based off of the additional development that is happening, I think Shreveport, you might skirt away with, very little hail. And otherwise, some other tornado warnings. A lot of storms happening here across Louisiana and into Mississippi. I think a lot of these storms are really kind of going to town, but over mostly rural areas. The main focus, again, is going to be here in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, and I can't deny the fact that I'm curious about this development down much further south, a few counties to the north and west of Austin. We'll see if that can become anything as well. Anyway, rolling back in here to the storm. Prosper now is for sure getting hit with some hail. It's happening. Yeah, the latest update here. Here's Prosper where my mouse is, right in the middle, and then here's Frisco, all down to the south. This storm is moving south and east. Let's see, has it like turned a lot more? Yeah, it has made a turn, so it's going a more southerly route now. So instead of going head on to McKinney, it's now going further south towards Allen and Plano and Frisco, and those areas will be hit very soon. Okay, hailing good in Salina, hell yeah. We're going to hell for waiting to hail. Yeah, well, this is the industry we're working, guys, so it's okay to be excited. All right, we got a, man, what in the name of God is this thing doing? This marker keeps going up. This storm, again, it's very possible this storm is just going to explode over Fort Worth and then move into Arlington. So, like, man, the thing just keeps getting bigger on the marker. And it's split too. So like this little garbage up here, this is a split off of this storm. So usually when they split, the right split can typically strengthen. It shrugs off its garbage basically with the left split, and it ends up strengthening. And again, it's right over people. So if it starts dropping big hail, it'll happen directly over people. So I gotta watch this super close. The storm by Springtown looks like it's not as impressive now, so it might be dying, but Prosper is getting blasted right now, though. All right, let me zoom in here so we can see all these greens and blues, all the yellows, greens, blues mixed up. We got the high reflectivity returns here. Yeah, you're getting big hail. This is classic, just big hail falling right now. Tennis ball, baseball size hail. The works. Prosper, I think, was hit last year, and we're getting hit again right now. Yeah, so this is like my favorite indicator for if it's really large hail is when this KDP, doesn't matter to you guys what it is, when it does this and it just kind of bottoms out like this, you can see the map under it, it's dropping really big hail. That's probably 9 times out of 10 that ends up being the case. So, yeah, Prosper is getting hit now. Whoops, didn't mean to do that. And my marker is getting all jacked up over here. Seems to be storms moving and the hail marker is getting left behind. I don't know what's going on there. But I'm just now casting at this point, watching the storm. We had a golf ball report, really? Dang. Golf ball near the North Texas Regional Airport by Pittsburgh. All right. So this storm, yeah, this storm is now just, again, moving towards Frisco. Frisco imminently, the north sides of Frisco imminently is happening next 10 minutes or so. And it's showing no signs of weakening right now, so I think this storm is going to continue to drop big hail. Green pants. Diamond nickel size hail in North Fort Worth for about 2 minutes. Yes. Thank you. Yeah, so right now that storm is not dropping big hail. I think it's having an identity crisis or something, trying to figure out what it wants to do. But just seeing the marker and everything, it doesn't look that great on radar, but it could be strengthening. That is the big thing about it. Look here. Yeah, it might be. All right. Anyway, all right, next update. Okay, marker figured out where it was. It got itself back where it wanted to be. All right. Again, I don't think it's going to be a tornado warrant storm. This is the classic case of the big hail dropper. You have what looks like an upside down V, basically, or like this is like a bird, and these are its talons, coming out to like attack you. That's basically it has the biggest hail is going to be just kind of centered like right up in here, right, and you can tell right where the CCs are lower as well. That seems to be the case. It looks very similar. Like a weaker version of the Wiley storm in terms of how this looks right now as it continues again to move towards the south and east. Prosper is getting blasted right now, pretty much all Prosper, and then you're probably starting to see hail. Is this McKinney or is this Frisco? It's either McKinney or Frisco. These farther the northernmost areas here of either Frisco or McKinney. Again, I don't know where the borders are at, so we're gonna have to keep an eye on here. Okay, let's continue looking away. Okay, so it looks like this. Okay, we got a quarter report that came in Watauga or whatever. So we got at least quarter-size hail falling out of the sky as it's starting to, it either pulsed up or it petered out. One of the two. Something's happening here as the storm continues to move towards Grapevine. And the storm by Sanctuary now isn't looking as good as it did before. I'm not sure. Is that the cold front maybe? Might be the cold front. No, cold front's back here. What's this? Well, we got a quarter report. Quarter report in Prosper. I'm sure there's much bigger than quarter-size hail falling in Prosper right now. I can assure you of that. Pea-size hail falling in McKinney. That makes sense. We got McKinney's getting. You're on the very outer fringes of where the hail is at, so it makes sense you guys are getting some pea-size hail right now as the storm continues to move to the south and to the east. And yeah, look at that, right here in downtown Prosper. All that greens and blues. That's definitely big hail falling. Let's see. Come on. Let's see the ZDR. Oops. See that on the KDP. CCs. Alright, guys. Still just radar indicated. Okay. Need company to work the storm with. Hail starting to fall in McKinney. Alright, guys. Cool. Cool, yeah. Keep giving me those updates. Get those live updates of what's going on here. Oh. Alright, guys. Camera died. I will be back in a second. Just let me transition back to the overview mode, and I will change the battery and the camera, and we'll be good to go in a second here. All right, new battery, guys. While we were talking, another quarter report came in here 4 miles south of Salina. So we'll see when we get some bigger hail reports in here eventually. I can say for a fact it's impossible that a storm like this is only dropping quarter-size hail. So bigger hail is probably starting to fall now. Again, in these far northern reaches of McKinney. I guess this is McKinney. It's either McKinney or Frisco. I don't know the exact border cutoffs between these two. Does it matter? They kind of blend together anyway. As these are continuing to move towards McKinney. I think McKinney, you're going to start seeing much bigger hail coming up pretty soon here. Quarter report not worth mentioning. Dime size hail at 380 in Hardin and McKinney. Test ball size hail, Denton County. Okay. Fort Worth. Okay. We got nickel now in McKinney. All right, yeah. The hail's starting to get a little bit bigger in McKinney. Further off here, we're getting some hail now in is this Colleyville or North Richland Hills? We're getting hail right here though. Probably some more $quarter to $half size hail right in here, Colleyville. Wouldn't be surprised if ping pong ball reports snuck out of this though. So I have to continue to watch this. Storm over Sanctuary. Will it continue to strengthen? Will it continue to weaken? It looks like it's not sure if that is its updraft or it's some other boundary trying to come through. That's a big question right now. Where's Denton? Oh, tornado warning. We got tornado warning for the storm now as it's heading towards McKinney area. So if you're in McKinney, you're in Frisco, you're probably even in Plano, Allen, Fairview, you're probably hearing your tornado sirens now. Go to your safe place, your tornado safe place. We got a ping pong ball report now coming in. The reports are probably getting a little bit bigger as people are now starting to venture out and see the hail. Okay. Denton is right here. This is to the east of Denton as we continue to the storm continues to move to the south and to the east. Yeah, here. Looks like the storm split too. That's crazy. Do we have a couple spikes? Oh, already. Oh, cool. We have a report of hail by Bobby LaJoy that didn't tell me his size. So that's cool. All right. Okay. Yeah. Continue giving me those comments, guys. I can move around here. Yeah, Colleyville. I think, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if this is dropping some quarter, maybe up to ping pong ball size hail again, or I could be proven wrong in a second here. Well, I don't know. We'll find out. Trying to jump back and for Nichols. Okay, so there's Nichols size hail up here. That makes sense. Yeah, the bigger hail. The Nichols size hail report came in right here. Bigger hail's down over here. Like over here, probably getting some golf ball size hail now in this specific neighborhood. Yeah, definitely starting to see golf ball size hail now in this neighborhood and here. Maybe like right there, probably all the way up through here. Up. That looks like it's continuing. So now we're starting to move into the McKinney area with that tornado warning. I don't see this dropping a tornado. I think they might have just done that. There is rotation. There's mid-level rotation in the storm, so it's not shocking to me that they do stuff like this. They kind of save their butts in case it produces a little spin up. But I think this is probably not a big time tornado producer on this one. Any other reports coming in here? I need to check their updated warnings. $50 size hail. Quarters. All right. It looks like, let's see. It's not looking as crazy as it did a few minutes ago as it's heading towards into McKinney now. I think the biggest hail fell over Prosper, and at least for the time being, probably some closer golf ball 2-inch size hail across the northern sections of McKinney here, like places like what's this road, like Stonebridge Drive, for example, or Harvest Hill, or the Highway 380. Probably seeing some much bigger hail than what was going on. Tornado sirens going on Plano. There's our sirens at 380 and 75. Where is 75? Is it over here? What's this road? 121. That's where 380 is. It's gotta be along here somewhere. Yeah, whatever. I'm not gonna waste my time looking. Somebody found a wall cloud, huh? Let's see. Yeah, broad rotating wall cloud. So you're seeing you're seeing hail. Again, that rotation in there. And we'll see. Is the storm might be cycling out right now as it's moving in towards Frisco and McKinney at the moment. So again, I think I get the continued golf ball size hail for sure up in that area as we are now moving into a much more densely populated area of McKinney and Frisco. Further off to the east, over by Colleyville. Again, I think it's hailing, probably not a whole lot in here. This looks like more just your garden variety hail, pocket change size hail, for example, from P upwards to like Nichols most likely. The core's getting a little better on this storm by Azle and Sanctuary. We'll see if this does anything as they're now moving much closer to Fort Worth. Not seeing any hail at 380 in Hardin. Where is... Oh, there we go. 3-inch hail. 3-inch hail report in 1 mile west of Salina. Significant damage reported. So there you go. There's the really big hail report I figured was going to come in eventually. So that just confirms, again, we had very large hail. Definitely Prosper got black, like back here for sure, dropping very large hail, and that continued as it moved through Prosper. And now large hail continues Probably not the lofty 3 inches that was occurring at over by Salina, but still definitely large hail falling, upwards of 2 inches in the McKinney area. And the storm, again, the storm is either, it looks like it might be cycling here, so it might re-strengthen. Another ping pong ball report came in Prosper. PSI is at 380 in Hardin, where is that? 75 north and south, 380 and 120 west. Okay. Okay. Thanks guys for we got our quarter report that came in from North Richland Hills. Yeah, this storm might be dying out here over by Sanctuary as it's moving towards Eagle Mountain Lakeside. I think the storm, that storm is dying out quick. Looks like it might gust it out or something. This storm is racing the cold front here. Cold front is back here by Valley View. So the storm is staying just ahead of it as it is rocketing to the south with a large hail as we move towards definitely a big time hail dump right now across this section of McKinney, all in here. I gotta turn my phone on to do not disturb real fast. Ah, oh, dang it. Didn't get to see the, didn't get to stop the phone call. Might have to sneeze here, guys. Excuse me. All right. Okay. Let me just get this back going here. Okay. All right. Anyway, where was I? So hail 1.52. The hail marker has gone down. We'll see if the storm is weakening or just cycling right now as it's impacting. Again, it's impacting a good chunk of McKinney right here with up to probably 2-inch hail. Further down to the south and to the west across Colleyville, this storm continues to just kind of meander along with that near quarter-size hail. And then this storm that we were watching over by Sanctuary, this one is dying out pretty fast as it's moving towards Fort Worth. So I think this storm probably will not be a big-time factor right now. North Richland Hills actually 3 inches. Eric Hunter just report 0.25 to mess with us. All right. Anyway, so yeah, as we continue to wait for that next update here, we see the reports that are coming in. Another quarter report just came in, so this thing's still dropping some quarters across Bedford and Colleyville, and I don't know if that's going to get much bigger than what it's at. Elsewhere, golf ball size hail reported in near Lodi, just to the south and east of Linden, as the storm continues to move towards Shreveport. And again, I do not think this is going to make it to Shreveport before it kind of gets cut off and dies. Elsewhere across sections of Louisiana, you got a spattering of supercells, and down by Jackson, Mississippi, some weak supercells moving through as well. That's south of Jackson, Mississippi. I don't think it's going to get there. Storm to the north of Monroe, storm to the south of Monroe. Don't think there'll be a storm in Monroe, however. And other storms, again, all kind of avoiding population center. We now have golf ball report coming in. That's at El Dorado and Stonebridge. That's what I mentioned before. So I think that was actually what I was talking about before. So we have confirmation of golf ball size hail. Let's see. Did I actually get it right? Where's Stonebridge? So here's Stonebridge. So again, this whole area is getting. Where is? Can I find El Dorado? Can I find the intersection that this report was at real fast here? I can't. But Stonebridge Road is right in here. So again, we have confirmation. A report came in. We have golf ball size hail again falling all up in here. And this is continuing to move to the south and east. Storm is not looking as good as it did a little while back when it was dropping 3-inch hail. No 3-inch hail in this right now, but we are definitely, again, we're definitely seeing over golf ball size hail. And now I think, probably weakening a little bit. The storm might be trying to weaken out. We'll see. We'll see how the things progress over the next few minutes here. So. Yes, golf ball size hail for sure. Golf ball size hail has fallen. I know you're saying nobody cares about quarters. Well, we got golf balls for sure. So we have that is happening now. We'll probably take a look up. See, this marker going up again. Man, this little guy just keeps chugging along. Keeps chugging along as it's heading towards towards eventually towards Irving, looks like, and northern sections Arlington, or by Grapevine. This might move over to the airport pretty soon, actually. This little guy just intermittently, probably dropping quarter-size hail. We may get a little bit strengthening going on. We'll see. We can see if this thing can finally mature, as we got another big marker on this friggin' thing. This little storm just wants to be a big boy. It just is having a hard time growing up. Yep, that one made Heather laugh. Made Frank roll his eyes. All right, so we got, again, okay, golf ball size hail most likely falling now. Continued along, what is this road here? Lake Forest Drive, as it continues moving to the south and east towards Fairview and towards Allen. So we've had 3-inch hail. It was back probably towards Salina and Prosper, and the storm has since not looking as good as it did back when it was dropping its 3-inch hail. That is a fact. That storm was a monster a little while ago, but now it is dropping again around golf ball size hail as we are moving through this neighborhood of McKinney and into Fairview. Again, this is an area that was hit last year as well. So this area, I can't even begin to imagine what the insurance rates are in this area now. There's a constant hail. It's ridiculous. And we're watching this storm. We're by Bedford. It looks like it's trying to strengthen again. And again, this is over people. Like, this is slow. It's just making its little journey across towards Dallas. And if it strengthens right now, if it takes over the updraft that this thing had, then yeah, it'll end up moving through Dallas with some big hail. But I'm not sure if this thing is weakening just because of that, or if there's something else at play here that is kind of slowing this bad boy down. But definitely have to keep an eye on that little storm. Any other reports coming in? Did they update the tornado warning? No, it's still warning for tennis balls. A handful of reports coming in on these storms up north in Oklahoma. We had upwards of $50 size hail, some golf ball size hail right on the border of Oklahoma and Texas. We got the golf ball size hail obviously here in McKinney, and Salina had 3-inch hail, and I'm willing to bet there was probably other big hail mixed down by Prosper. We have other storms going on. Again, storm producing golf ball size hail heading in the general direction of Shreveport. I don't think it's going to quite make it there. Okay, this is going to fire that more down to the south. We're watching these, and then I'm watching these little guys. This is way far south towards the general Austin area, north and west of Austin. We have a storm that has now since split. And I'm just kind of have to see what goes on with this, and see if that becomes anything. So we have storms continuing to move on here. All right, go back up. Oh, get another report. Can you find the report from Brian Adkins, Frank? So what's happening here is the report comes in, and for some reason it shows up on the Twitter page but doesn't show up on the actual radar. So I have to outsource to find out what the stupid size was. 0.9, huh? From 48. So that's from right now. So he reported quarter size hail right as it was coming in. Hashtag green pants. We'll see if this ends up being a green pants storm. Might be pretty close. See, if this little guy does something interesting, it'll be a green pants storm for sure. Yeah, continuing, just kind of watching this. I'm fascinated by this storm just because the marker keeps going up and it keeps looking like it's going to die, and then it just somehow survives and just keeps going with its little quarter size hail. I know you guys want the big monster hail, but hey, that's at least a hail date for an area that hasn't had big hail in a little while. Where was 3-inch over by Salina and in the Prosper area. They want more details. You can look at our map online. Somebody's watching, they can throw a link to the map onto the chat, and I can pin it at the top so you guys can go to that. If you are a subscriber, you can view it right away, and if you're not, you can look into ways of purchasing it. So there we go. So we got hail happening right now across, I guess this is McKinney, Fairview, Allen, somewhere in there. Again, all this stuff kind of merges together in here. At least quarter half dollar size hail. Likely ping pong ball to golf balls in there as well. Probably have to sneeze again. Sorry guys. Alright, I'm getting that spring allergies, man. Yeah. Alright. Ooh, we get a bigger marker here now. This is the biggest the marker has been on this storm. And see here, the airport's like right here. It's right by the airport. And if those of you that work see DFW, I mean, you can see pretty easy. There's D from DFW, big old Dallas, hanging out just to the east. Dallas, Irving, Grand Prairie. If this storm does strengthen, takes over, and actually starts dropping some big hail, I don't think Grapevine and those guys have seen hail in a while. So this could be a pretty solid storm. Again, watching this, marker is getting bigger. It's showing signs of strengthening and signs of dropping hail right now. So it's dropping hail. It's dropping severe hail right now. Whether or not it's golf ball size hail is kind of a question. I'd probably lean towards if it is. It's very, very, very isolated, but definitely dropping some quarter half dollar size hail here in Euless, however you pronounce that. I probably butchered the hell out of that one. But North Main Street, for example, you're seeing some hail, and this is not the other storm, not even just the main storm that we're covering here as it's moving through Fairview. Again, I think this storm is really beginning to weaken quite a bit here as we're moving towards through Fairview, getting closer to Allen. I think the hail sizes have come down quite a bit here as we are seeing the former glory of it having 3-inch hail. It's north split, it's rocketing off to the north there, and now it's dropping more, probably closer ping pong ball size hail in its latest update as it's moving towards Fairview, or it's dropping gigantic hail, and I missed the mark on that. Yeah, no, it's not dropping. It's definitely not dropping anywhere near as big of hail as it was before. So that is what we have right now, but the coverage does not end just because this one storm has weakened somewhat as we're watching this other storm as we're moving through the Dallas area. And hey guys, you know what? We're finally getting a storm in the Dallas area. All I had to take was Derek having to drive over the Tulsa area for a while, not being at the office. All right, very dangerous storm. Baseball size hail warning, huh? Is that reported baseball size hail? Radar indicated it's probably dropping tennis, probably dropping like golf ball size hail. So we got a warning. If you're in the Shreveport area, the very broad warnings that shows that they don't really know what's going on too much either, when it's just this is all turning into kind of a mess. So I think by the time it gets to Shreveport, you're probably not going to be seeing lofty hail sizes like baseball, like if you live in this area you just got an alert for. I think they warned it for baseball. I think they're getting a little too big for their britches on that one. Had a half dollar size hail at White and Hardin. So that was just reported in McKinney. Let's see, it's warned now for ping pong ball size hail. That makes sense. I believe the hail sizes in the storm that is right here in Fairview, yes, it is weakening considerably now as we move through Fairview. I think the storm's going to hail itself out basically over Fairview, dumping out the rest of its quarter half dollar ping pong ball size hail. Just under baseball size hail in Prosper. There you go. Euless. Thanks, Preston, for giving me that one. Euless. Got another report of rotating wall cloud 75 in exchange from Brandon Carruthers. You know what? This storm, it's getting a core. That storm's looking better by Euless, like on Euless right now, guys. So I think my focus might be changing pretty soon here to this storm. And this would be heading towards Irving and into Dallas. So, but it's definitely dropping hail there too. So we're getting two storms right now that for sure is dropping at least quarter size hail in the Metroplex. So it's thanks Jim for saying just under baseball size hail in Prosper from a Fox 4 photo. Yes, we were talking about that. I was talking about the very large hail, tennis to baseball size hail that was in the Prosper area, and well, there you go. We got. So at least baseball size, at least tennis ball size hail in the Prosper area, and then the hail sizes kind of generally got a little smaller as the storm moved in towards Allen right now. Having the little hail size dance here in Euless as we're about to cross. This is far south side of the International Airport. If I get rid of the radar here, you can see the airport right there. So it's on the southern sides of the runways. And quarters in Lucas, how big in ULES? I think right now ULES quarter, $half size hail. Wouldn't be surprised if it snuck out a couple ping pong balls. But we're watching it though. We're watching it. You can see in the last, I know it's hard to see with all the roads. You can kind of see how it's starting to get more of a supercell arc to it. It's starting to kind of arc up a little bit, so it's actually showing signs of strengthening. While, hang on, the echo tops are the highest they've been. Ooh, yes, they are. Okay, this storm's strengthening, guys. So I think Dallas, you might be next in line here, guys, for a pretty good hailstorm. So I think I thought we were about to wind down a little bit. This storm is winding down. Again, winding down over Fairview. I think, again, it's hailing itself out right now, pretty much from whatever this main route is all the way down through here. Kind of hailing out the rest of its quarter, $half ping pong ball size hail is beginning to wind down. So we're kind of shifting focus here to this storm. It looks like it's beginning to strengthen, and it's right on the very southern edges of the Dallas International Airport. And this is going to be continuing to moving to the east, generally east, southeast, so into Irving next, and then eventually possibly even like the far northern sections of Grand Prairie, and then into Dallas itself. So we're going to have to wait and see. It looks like it's strengthening, and we're going to have to see if the strengthening trend continues. We saw how fast that other storm strengthened that dropped 3-inch hail over by Prosper and Salina. We have to, be very careful and watch, make sure and see how this is going to pan out. Can you show the potential that today has had? This storm is showing signs of strengthening. We now have a new warning, and it's still out for quarter-size hail. And we have to see, can this thing strengthen a little bit more? It's in a very good area. I'm sure a lot of you guys might be salivating seeing this right now. Cross those fingers, do your little more hail dancing, guys. You've been doing great so far today. Finally having that storm happen. Man, I had to wait till April 6th for some storms to happen in the Metroplex, but I guess better late than never. And you are a lot more lucky than folks in Oklahoma. So more quarter-size hail in ULES. That doesn't surprise me. I think the hail sizes are going up now. I believe it is starting to strengthen a little bit. Again, kind of continuing to just try to touch base with everything. Man, there was golf ball size hail even in Oklahoma today, just to the west of Durant. We have what looked to be quite a bit of golf ball size hail on this storm that's generally heading towards Shreveport. Again, I think you can see when I zoom in towards Shreveport, you can see that there's all this moisture streaming up towards the main storm. This is going to kill any large hail potential for the Shreveport area. But I wouldn't be surprised if any of these little guys, squeaks out a couple quarter, $half size hailstones as they move through the area. Further to the east, again, it's starting to look a little more clustery, a little more messy than kind of what I was expecting today to be. But we've had actually quite a bit of hail for a while here. And then these storms south of Jackson, Mississippi, I don't think they're doing too much. But I mean, the biggest story, guys, is the Dallas area. I know you guys love getting that focus, and you're gonna keep it going here as this storm's strengthening. So look at that. Look at the CCs that just changed. Look at that. Look how many more colors showed up in that last frame. Bam, right there. You see? Look at all that. All those greens, blues, yellows mixed in with the pink. This is the best this particular storm has looked so far today. And what better time for that to happen than as it's moving towards Irving, Texas, and eventually into Dallas itself, Dallas proper. So, yeah, all right, guys. I think we are shifting gears away from the storm that is now re-strengthening over Fairview. And we're doing double duty here, I guess. So, I mean, to zoom out, the storm further to the west. If you're in Saginaw, you're getting another round of rain again. That storm has since died, and that is no longer a threat for hail. Your focus for hail, again, is further to the east or by Irving. This little guy is really trying to get its act together just outside of Irving, Texas, just right by the airport, just literally to the south of the airport by like a few feet. And we have hail falling in Fairview right now. This hail is continuing to fall, and it might honestly... Stupid storm might be strengthening again, so we'll have to watch that as it's moving through Fairview and Lucas, St. Paul, and eventually, good old Wiley. I know pretty much probably near 100% of roofs were replaced in Wiley in 2016. I can tell you that one. But yeah, it looks like, I mean, the CCs and stuff on this storm are looking better too. I think this storm might be trying to re-strengthen itself a little bit here. Yeah. Oh, wow. Holy cow. All right, yeah, it looks like it's hailing in Irving now. We might actually be seeing some big hail in here, guys. Man, that looks pretty good. Is Derek watching this? Is Derek on here? I think you got sent a text for this, guys. Yeah. Sorry, I just kind of got, sorry buddy, I'm just kind of got a little, I was just a little impressed. Yeah, we're surprised seeing some golf ball size hail now in Irving, Texas. Right on, what is this highway here? 161 and 183. Moving southeast towards the, whatever part of Irving, Texas is where the little word is placed. It's heading right down there. You can see it's pretty clear on here. The greens and the blues on here. I'm sure, you know, I bet Derek's not on here because he's on the friggin' phone. So again, it's moving to the south and east, and it's going to be moving through Irving. The storm is strengthening. And again, it's moving towards Dallas. So what we see. So they said dime-sized hail north of DFW Airport. That makes sense. So here's the airport right here. You can see the little circles. I don't know how well you can see that. See all the little half donuts. So if they're north of the airport, then they were getting stuff in there with the dimes. And the big hail is down south of the airport, and that's continuing. So it looks like it's strengthening. It's getting interesting, guys, says Joseph Rosso, and that ain't that the truth. We got a quarter report on our couple more. $50 size hail fell for 10 minutes. Another quarter report that came in. This is what, in Allen, southeast of Allen, so it's continuing to drop hail. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if this hail size starts going back up a little bit here toward close, like right now, starting to get closer back to ping pong ball size hail. Let's see if I can get any other reports coming in. No, not yet. Elsewhere, I think I'm going to kind of wind down on elsewhere for now. I'll check back in a little bit. So those of you guys just joining us, we have two storms going on right now in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. Fort Worth, not much happening for you guys, but just to your east, literally just to the south and east of the airport here in Irving, Texas, we have quite a bit of hail falling now. Probably around golf ball size hail falling, and probably a whole bunch of it. And this little guy really is trying to drop some big hail now. Again, this is south of the airport. I know somebody said a report north of the airport. Yes, that one didn't have quite big enough hail. And let's see. I'm at DFW. Nothing is falling here. DFW. If you're at the airport, nothing's going on. So again, here's the airport. Airport's right here. Storm's over. No storm. And even then, it was a very, very southern tip here. The airport, storm's over. Storm is to your south and to your east. So that will be continuing. Again, now this is continuing to move southeast. We'll see when that next update comes here. Are we strengthening? It's getting more organized for sure. It's looking more like a real supercell and less like this little anemic thunder shower. Not as much in the way of pink returns, but the CCs, man, they are low. There's got to be some big hail going here. NBC just showed golf ball at their station. Wherever NBC 5 is, can you guys tell me where NBC 5 is at? Is that in Irving? I don't know. I don't know where NBC 5 is at. Latif, largest hail so far, 3 inches. Do you guys know where NBC 5 is? Any word? Okay. Alright, so the storm now looks like it's interacting. So we have this shower moving through Plano. So the main storm, the first storm that dropped the 3-inch hail, is now, it's in Lucas, and it's interacting with these showers, and it's cutting off its inflow. So I think the hail fallout is happening now. The hail fall is finishing now anyway. The quarter-size hail is going to come to an end here across St. Paul and Lucas, and that storm is going to die out and no longer be dropping a large hail. So Where is it?
It's like between Buick and Irving.
Okay.
South of the airport.
All right, so that's confirmed golf ball. Okay, so the news station NBC5 is just south of the airport. So this is dropping golf ball size hail, guys, as what we're showing. And man, this thing, it wants to keep itself going here. Is on 183 just north of the airport or just south of the airport? You guys got to figure out your north and south. But yeah, this is dropping golf ball size hail. If you are if you guys live in this area, you might. If you're in Irving or if you're on the western sides of Dallas itself, put your car in the garage, man. Like there's some hail. Like I'm not sure how it's looking better. Yeah, I don't know how big this hail is gonna get, but I mean, unless you got your friends with a PDR guy or you make friends with a PDR guy in the chat right now, put your car in the garage. Like, if you're in Irving, especially if you're in Irving, Texas, hail's coming at you right now. Looks like we got a storm trying to yeah, we're trying to root on the ground. We might be trying to go surface based here in Irving. You can see look how the storm is getting a better arc. It's starting to look more like a supercell and less like a little shower. I think we're strengthening a little bit. Oop. Might be getting the second round of hail back here in Prosper, guys. Probably some quarter-size hail falling in Prosper. Second round of hail looks like it's starting here in Prosper. I have to watch and see if that does anything. And a couple other showers are trying to fire up. I haven't been paying attention to. Over by the Motor Speedway, it looks like this shower's trying to go up. Another shower's trying to go up by Azel. And other stuff's going up down to the south. Right now, let's see here in Irving. Big hail in this one's going to be rather confined. Like the biggest hail right now is going to be right along, what is this, Highway 356 and Airport Freeway. Of course, if we get another radar update here, it might be changing a little bit. Let's see here. Okay. Unless you don't like your car, let's sit outside. Alright, people are just putting the comments in, so I check in every once in a while just to kind of check out what's going on. It looks like more. This might be the front. Well, here's the front. So we see the front now. This is where the cold front is. It's coming. So after the cold front moves through, the biggest hail threat will be ending. So all eyes are on this storm in Irving right now as it's trying to make its way to Dallas. Let's see here. This little guy is somewhat perplexing to me. So, we got a quarter report already in Irving. That's not surprising.
We turn the air conditioner on here?
I guess. We had it off. I think we had it off because the paint thinner smell was coming in. That's why the door was open.
Oh, from next door.
From next door. Sorry, they're doing renovations next door, guys. So they had paint thinner going. They were like apparently icing us out with their poisonous fumes. So anyway, Derek just got to the office here, so that means these storms are gonna die. And look at that, we got a much. It's not looking as good as it did a minute ago. Look at that, right on cue with Derek showing up. Hashtag blame Derek. 32 Wichita, Kansas right now. That's crazy. Okay, it looks like the storm going into Frisco. The marker just jumped up a ton. We gonna get a second round here, up north. We might. Looks like geez, I can't keep up with this, guys. Oh, another storm trying to form right here in Frisco. It just out of nowhere, big marker and rapid development on that one. So we're gonna have to watch that to see. Oh, a 2-inch report came in McKinney. Golf ball report here, or not golf ball, quarter report that's in Irving, but we have confirmation of golf ball size hail. Continuing with the quarter, we'll have to see if this thing, as it moves into Dallas, this thing has. let's Derek ordered a wireless mic, so this will not be a problem. And however long it takes for Amazon to deliver things. So, okay, so right now we got an update here in Frisco. I think this, geez, okay. Let's look at this storm rapidly developing in the Frisco area. Yeah, wow. Okay, we're going to have to keep a close eye on that. Looks like that storm, so it's going to be right behind the storm that just moved through with up to 2-inch hail in McKinney. That has since moved through. Wiley, you're probably getting some quarter-size hail right now. Wiley, Texas, nothing like that stuff you guys had 2 years ago where it went through the decking of roofs. But another storm looks like it's forming by Frisco, so we have to watch that carefully. Looks like that's very rapidly going up. The storm in Irving right now doesn't look as good as it did a few minutes ago when it was dropping. So it dropped golf ball-size hail, and it's now since, looks like it's weakened and is dropping quarter-size hail in Irving itself, like probably whatever the center of Irving is. Now let's see. Everyone's saying go home, Derek. You killed the storm. Well, you killed one of the other storms. There's a bunch going on right now. So looks like we got a marker showing up. Gotta watch some of this stuff here as it's in Fort Worth. Looks like it might be showing some signs of strengthening a little bit. Some stuff trying to fire up off the cold front that we got to keep a close eye on. By no means we're done with the hail in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, guys. What size McKinney? McKinney had 2-inch hail. I can't say exactly where, but it had 2-inch hail. Right now, Wiley, Texas, I think you guys are getting a little fraction of the size of hail that you guys got in 2016. New severe thunderstorm warning out. This is for Rockwall County and Kaufman County for golf ball size hail. Oh, is it reported or is it just? It looks like it's strengthening over Wiley actually. Might be trying to strengthen a little bit here. Looks like these storms that seem to be trying to. They're all trading off their inflow boundaries with each other. So it keeps flipping back and forth from who has the best dynamics. Continuous recorders, right? Okay. Yeah, so right now over Wiley, the storm, you can see how it's like, looks like it might be trying to form a new inflow as these other storms are colliding with it. So it might squeak out some more hail. What are your predictions for Fort Worth? I think Fort Worth itself, you guys might be pretty much done here. I don't think, unless something goes up immediately over Fort Worth, you see this boundary kicking through, and I think that might be killing the storms as they try to get going in Fort Worth. I think most of your big hail is to your east, which is where most of our focus has been today. Oh, you know what? Is this thing on this? Oh, it might be. Okay, yeah, we got a new warning now for the storm in Frisco that went up very fast. That's warned for golf ball size hail. Oh, let's see. Let's look at it a little bit better. Which I would tend to agree. That is dropping probably some golf ball size hail in the middle of Frisco right now. Do you need help with sending push notifications, guys?
Yeah.
Derek, can you do that? Cool. Thank you. All right, we're just trying to make sure everything gets done here. So if I bark out stuff, sorry about that. We got a walk loud. Yeah, so this storm is still trying to go over Wiley right now. Is this thing dropping? Wait, Wiley might be getting a little bit bigger hail now. He might be getting ping pong ball size hail. Ooh, boy, marker's getting big. Frisco. Golf ball size hail, Frisco, and I think it might be getting bigger. And it's going to be heading on a trajectory further south from the first storm. So it's still hailing in Irving. Right now, Irving, you guys probably getting some quarters right at where these two roads come together here at Loop 12 and Levy Road. What is this? Highway 356. We're getting some quarters, but the marker's going back up. Looks like it's trying to strengthen again. we might have a handful of storms going. We got a handful of storms we're trying to juggle all at once here, guys. And there's other storms going on in other areas. So that's why Derek is now aiding us in our mapping and sending out notifications. There is, again, active. We got a warning now. We're by Lampasas. So it looks like these storms are trying to get going. We're going to have to watch these as they meander towards like Temple and Austin and stuff in the next couple hours. That's not an immediate threat. That's something that may be coming down the pipeline a little bit here. We are getting reports of quarters in Shreveport. So yeah, one of these little storms looks like it got went up and quickly formed to drop some quarter-size hail. That's in Shreveport, Louisiana. So we, again, a bunch going on right now. Things really took a turn pretty much as soon as I got on this stream today. I didn't kill it this time, guys. Not by any means. All right. Okay. Can't hear you, Derek. Tornado warning? Dang, man, they really? They just issued that? It's not my thing yet. You sure it's not from the storm earlier? Derek doesn't know what he's talking about. All right, the storm by Frisco is, however, strengthening. And probably going to get a radar update here in a second. But you can see we got hail falling in Frisco. Probably not a whole ton of it yet. I think that's going to be soon. But I think upwards of golf ball size hail is falling in Frisco. And I think those sizes are going to go up as the storm continues to strengthen. Same story for Irving. Now moving into Dallas over by University Park and Highland Park eventually. This little storm is somehow managing to nickel and dime its way through the whole metroplex, with ranging from very small hail that fell in this storm to up to golf ball size hail fell in this storm. And it looks like the storm's trying to strengthen back up a little bit again. So I think the dropping of quarter size hail needs to continue. Got some rotation being reported now in the Frisco storm. When was the last update? 2 minutes ago? We need them faster, guys. Wiley's getting hail. Getting storms colliding in Wiley. A lot of hail is probably falling out right now. Size probably anywhere from nickel to ping pong, maybe golf ball size hail. I'm not sold on golf ball size hail in Wiley right now, but definitely quite a bit of hail is falling at the moment. And we just gotta kind of wait for another update. All right. We'll watch this other little shower by Richland Hills. This seems to be going up more than everything else. So I have to watch and see if this does anything. And next update here, see the hail core in Irving is continuing to move to the east, moving towards one of the main interstates. Is this I-35 East? Is this I-35? Oh, it's Highway 77. Oh, that's I-35 East. What are you talking about, stupid thing? Yeah, so just to the west of I-35 East, you see that area of quarter, $half size hail again moving towards the northern sides of Dallas. Hailing in McKinney again with pea-size hail. All right. This storm here, all right, it's looking a lot better. In Frisco right now, especially right along this neighborhood, just off of Farm Road 3537, so right along like Pine Bridge Drive, that neighborhood, you guys are getting pounded right now with some at least golf ball size hail. This storm maybe, oh boy, this guy is gone. Yeah, at least golf ball size hail. I bet this will end up dropping tennis balls too pretty soon here, if not already. Well, not already. If it is, it's only a couple tennis balls. It's probably mostly golf ball size hail, maybe up some 2-inch size hail. We'll see if that gets bigger. McKinney seeing pea-size hail, not surprising. You can see there's another storm moving through. This is not going to have any severe hail in it. This is most likely just going to be pea up to nickel size hail. Continues. Frisco just had small hail downtown. So yeah, so just the biggest hail is probably north of downtown Frisco, and now east of downtown Frisco. Watching that core move to the south and east towards whatever this highway is here, Route 121. And we'll see how this thing develops. I bet this will be a quick hitter. It'll go up, it'll drop some big hail, and it might die out as it moves south into the mess that was the first storm that moved through. Looks like storm as is moving to downtown Dallas. I think this might be its swan song. It might be dying out here. So we'll see how that pans out. I think the quarter size hail looks like it's probably coming to an end here as it moves across I-35 East. Got to watch this storm here by Richland Hills and Hearst. Looks like this is trying to strengthen very fast from being a little shower. Possibly could turn into a storm here as this moves towards Arlington. To watch that. Definitely dropping a lot of hail now in the Frisco area. Now that I moved back up over here, some big hail falling for sure along, oh God, I keep finding roads I don't want. Independence Parkway, for example. We're probably seeing some big time hail now falling, upwards of probably over 2-inch hail, I'd want to say. Let's see here. There's a lot of friggin' forcing with this, so I bet it's bet we're getting over 2-inch hail here across now in Frisco, and then this will be moving into Frisco and Allen, Shepton. Is that maybe part of the area? Okay. I'm pretty sure everyone watching is a contractor. Yeah, I think so. We have a pretty targeted demographic here on these videos. So you guys continue sharing them though. Keep sharing the videos. Keep getting our word out there. We love it. We love getting trying to do what we can to make these better experiences for you guys. We had the chat on the screen for a while, but it just was kind of in the way a little bit, so we turned that off. But this is like now my focus keeps shifting. It's now shifted back up to the north part of the Metroplex. This is in Frisco right now. Definitely seeing very large hail, possibly getting larger. At least 2-inch hail now across this area right here in the pink. Pretty easy to see. You can see the CCs are getting lower. They're not down to the really low levels of the very large hail yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if we get there with the way this storm exploded very quickly. Usually when storms go up, like those storms that like explode crazy in these really rich environments tend to drop some wild stuff. So, and that continues now, moving towards insurance adjusters. All right, so this next update here, yeah, we're definitely seeing some big hail. Are you sending a push notification for this, Derek? What size are you thinking? Derek's going bigger on the next one. I'm just curious to see what he's putting. I'm thinking we're probably getting close to tennis balls now here in whatever this, right around Ridgeview Drive, and I'm not sure if this is Frisco or Allen or McKinney, whatever one it is. All these towns blend together anyway. So this basic area here, this is all much bigger hail. So probably bigger hail than what some folks were seeing a little while ago. Let me roll this back. Or actually, a lot of these folks haven't seen hail yet, so you're about to see much bigger hail than folks up to your north. Move over by Wiley. The hail, yeah, this storm looks like it hailed itself out, and it has now since kind of fizzled out, and it's just raining pretty hard here over Dallas, downtown Dallas. You're seeing a storm right now, but the hail is minimal. I think this has really come down quite a bit. I think this is sub-severe hail now, or at most an isolated quarter here and there. A couple other storms trying to form here. This is by Farmers Branch and Carrollton. That's bubbling up pretty quick. This little guy bubbling up pretty quick by Arlington. Fort Worth, I think you're done. I don't think you're seeing anything out of this today. All the main focus is to your north and east. And if you're watching right now, Alan, I'm sorry. The specific Alan will know who. If he's watching, he'll know who we're saying. All right. Oh, geez. Is that in Shreveport? The Barksdale Air Force Base. I don't know where that is in relation to Shreveport, but they just got golf ball size hail. So this storm did manage to squeeze out some golf balls in the general vicinity of Shreveport, Louisiana. Man, there are warnings all over the place on this. Look at this, guys. There's like 5 different, 5 different warnings all in this little clustered area, all over the place. The storms are going up like crazy around here, and again, I don't I don't know the city limits of Shreveport, so I don't know if that's in Shreveport or not, but the golf ball size hail happening there. Elsewhere, we have storms heading, a storm going down I-20 towards Vicksburg, and a storm to the south of Jackson. That's not a big deal. And then we have warnings here. We have this storm over by Jonesboro, Texas. That's heading the general direction of Waco. We're going to have to watch that. We have storms by Lampasas. We're going to have to watch these. I think these are still kind of far away. I think Killeen is, you might be impacted, but that's still kind of far away, so we're going to have to watch that more a little bit later. Again, let's jump back here to the storm across. Is this right now? No. To the storm going on in the Frisco area. Frisco, Allen, more update. They're getting pounded right here. They're getting blasted with some serious hail in this area right here where the pink is. Pretty easy to see on radar. I think you guys kind of get the gist of this now, where you can kind of tell pretty easy where you got that bigger hail falling again. Whatever size Derek sent a message out for, I'm just going to be like, yeah, that was how big it is. I'm assuming you sent for like tennis balls? Yeah, so tennis balls, yeah. So that's, I just want to have some synergy on that one, I guess, to show what we're looking at here. Of course, getting a little better, man. This stupid storm by Dallas, in Dallas, is really just keeps, it wasn't sure what it wants to do and keeps like fluctuating in strength, and it could in the next couple minutes here squeeze out some more quarter-half dollar size hail. Those are the only two storms. Yeah, so those are the two storms that are really going on right now. This one over by Arlington, is it strengthening or is it just kind of a thunder shower? It might be strengthening, but it's not strengthening at the same lofty levels as the storm by Frisco right now. Where is it heading? Paul, which one are you asking about? So we have this one downtown Dallas. This one, I think this one is weakening significantly, so I think you don't have to worry too much. But further to the north, in Frisco / Allen / Fairville / McKinney, wherever this may be, is getting hit with some serious hail right now, similar probably to the sizes that we were seeing before. You know, 2-inch, 2-inch tennis ball size hail all across places like let's give a road here, Twin Creeks Circle, for example, as this storm is really, it's dumping out some big hail now. It's definitely the biggest storm that's happening at the moment. It's gone completely dominant, taken over from all the other storms. So this is our big ticket story right now. Where's the Frisco storm heading? The Frisco storm heading is moving to the south and to the south towards Plano. So south-southeast, it looks like, heading towards the north sides of Plano in the next 10 to 15 minutes. So yeah, I can kind of loop it and you can kind of see it was going southeast, and it looks like it's trying to take a little bit more of a turn south in the last couple frames there. So I think, is that there? Is that now? 2.09. And it's pretty much been maintaining its strength. Oh, do we just get a handful of little reports there? Some penny size hail on this little guy that moved through Farmer's Branch. So even these little showers are dropping out some, at least dime and penny size hail. But yeah, so we're heading towards McKinney and Quarter Hail, El Dorado, and Lake Forest. Was that just now, or is that from the first storm? Is that in McKinney? Is this in McKinney, or is this? I don't know where anything is. I don't know where these which town ends and which town begins. Metroplex are too big for me. But I have a feeling Derek might be wearing some green pants by the end of this, though. Got a feeling. Any Grapevine hail? Grapevine, you guys are where? You're over here by the airport, right? Not so much for you guys in Grapevine. No big hail there. Storm here in the Dallas area. Again, in downtown Dallas itself, this storm has weakened significantly. I think it has given its swan song and is going to die right over Dallas. A lot of rain, probably some nickel-size hail in that at max. But again, main story here has shifted back up to the north with the Allen, McKinney, Frisco, Fairview, Plano area as this continues to move like south-southeast towards Plano, north side of Plano and into Parker. Okay, looking Dallas is going to happen. If you're talking about Dallas, the city itself, probably not. Unless something wild happens in the next few minutes here. Across, and we're talking specifically Dallas itself. That storm, man, boy, it is a monster. Oh, whoops, that thing got all jacked up. It's a shame. Oh my, dang it. Okay. Big hail falling now in Allen, or McKinney. Is it Allen, McKinney, Fairview? This town, right in here. Right here, big time hail. For sure. Tennis ball size hail falling all in here. All up in this area right here. So, places like this main road, Alma Drive, you guys are getting big hail right now. Alma Drive and Hedgecox Road. Big hail falling. Again, marker came down, but is definitely. And again, guys, is West Plano gonna get hit? Let's see here. No, not West Plano. I'm assuming West Plano is right over here, this area in here somewhere. Storm is moving this way. So you're going to North Plano, East Plano. That's what you're going to see. West Plano, no. You're not going to see any big hail from that. This little guy heading towards Grand Prairie. Bet there's probably some little hail in that. Storm moving through Carrollton. Farmers Branch had a history of dropping some little hail, some penny-sized hail. General overview. Man, no more reports have come in on this yet? Psh. But I just get a picture. Is it how big? How big?
Definitely baseball.
All right, baseball size hail for sure in Allen. From what Frank just apparently saw a video of. You hear that, Derek? Okay, yeah, baseball's in Allen. I mean, that makes sense. Usually, when I get kind of quiet and just go, yeah, big hail. Chances are it's dropping some monster hail. So yeah, I think Derek's gonna wear some green pants. Is what's about to happen. We're seeing quite a bit of big hail. Again, multiple storms in the Dallas area today. You guys are complaining for like a month now about finally getting a storm. Getting a handful of storms now, so this should satiate everyone's hunger for probably about 3 hours or so. I'm sure somebody will be like, Fort Worth didn't get hit. When's the next one? So, yeah, so Allen, Texas for sure. This frame right here for sure. That was baseball size hail. And this is continuing to move to the south and east. Where'd our marker go? Peter, the radar is just not wanting to deal with this. It's still still getting a thunderstorm in Wiley, by the way. That's crazy. Storm just does not want to quit in Wiley, Texas. Temple and Waco on the path of the storms down south. Okay, yeah, I'm going to let's check that out real quick. Let's move it back down. Okay, Jonesboro. Yeah, these storms look all right. Is that still in the... Really? Just you got near Alma Drive and Legacy Drive, you got a report of ping pong ball size hail in Plano. I'm sure that's going to be bigger. Let me look. Man, even more golf ball size hail by the Barksdale Air Force Base over by Shreveport. Anyway, I'm going to check out these storms to the south just for a moment. Oh, wow. Yeah, this storm by Jonesboro means business, guys. That's trying to get its act together. And that's over by, this is pretty far from Waco. We got a ways to go before these things can get over there. We'll see if they can actually make it. Storm north of Lampasas had nickel-sized hail in it. We can see if these storms can kind of consolidate and figure out what they want to do by the time they get to Killeen and Temple. But again, main focus continues to be here across. We're moving into the north sides of Plano now. So if you are to the south of the Spring Creek Parkway in in Plano, you probably see some real angry clouds, probably some bluish, greenish tint. That's coming like right at you if you're on if you live in neighborhoods by East Parker Road. This is coming at you, and this storm means business. It is angry. It is dropping baseball-size hail, and continues to, looks like it's just maintaining its strength as it's moving south into Plano, and it'll probably see the cores right here. It's going to move pretty much like this. So it's going to cross the Central Expressway, and then just kind of come down like so. So head down through here. So the hail cores that probably come in this area next, and you can see, again, the CCs, the lower CCs, the greens and the blues, and I can bring up the ZDR real quick, and you can see, yeah, very high, lots of hail as well. I'm assuming that video is super high volume too, or high enough volume for baseballs.
I definitely saw several baseballs.
Yeah. So yeah. Baseball, woo. Okay. Is that North Alamo Road, McKinney, or toward Plano? It's toward Plano, I guess. Because there's not much wind. It's not much wind with this storm, guys. All right. Continue to move onward. For those of you wondering, in downtown Dallas itself, this storm has since really kind of petered out. Probably almost no hail in it at all. It looks like, honestly, it looks like it's a new updraft. It's just going, it's a completely different storm. Storm over by Arlington. Looks like it might be trying to strengthen. It's really close to the radar, so it'll be kind of hard to tell with that until things keep going. But we have to watch. You gotta be careful, and just because you're south of Dallas itself, that doesn't mean you're out of the woods yet. We're gonna have to watch that as things continue. And again, these other storms we have to watch as well. The I-35 corridor, cold front's way far away from these storms, so they have plenty of time to kind of make their way towards I-35. We just got a 2-inch report now that came in on Custer Road Drive and Legacy Drive in Plano, as the storm continues to move further to the south here with probably a wide variety of hail sizes, I'm guessing, up towards the baseball size hail, as this continues to move through the Plano area. Man, this area really does like to get hit with hail pretty often, just as a kind of an off. It just seems to be the central hub of the big hail from the Dallas area in the past couple of years. Yeah, anyway. Oh, we got bigger marker down here by Wiley. Is this trying to reorganize itself? That'd be something. That'd be crazy if this thing... this storm, so this was the first storm, it came down, another storm came and crashed into it, and I think it's trying to reorganize itself. So, shows how volatile the atmosphere was today, that we have. So, anyway. Alright, so we'll see. We'll see how this pans out. This thing can make hail again, that'd be crazy. We're still seeing big hail here in Plano. Any comments, anything? Any possible hail for Arlington? Arlington, you guys, you're right here, it looks like. Eastern sides, I bet you're seeing some small hail, but I don't think this storm is doing anything crazy unless something explodes very soon, and I can't rule anything out with the way, the storm that we're covering right now that was dropping upwards of baseball-size hail in Frisco, that thing went up very fast. So again, we're just gotta keep an eye on that and see if anything else happens with that. But I think in the Arlington area, you guys are most likely not seeing much in the way of big hail. Storm by Dallas, or storm that was in downtown Dallas, is again really not looking that crazy, not that strong. It dropped its biggest hail a while ago. All right, and now we continue. Next update here, man. That'd be crazy if this stupid thing like really re-strengthens itself over Wiley. It's not dropping anything right now, but this is an angry dance. These storms are having a little angry hail dance over from right here, just south side of Allen in Plano, biggest hail right up in here, and it's continuing to move to the south and the east. You got the inflow, you got the rotation over in here in this little tail, and it's continuing to move to the south and to the east. Whoop. Yeah, some hail is falling out again. Again, some hail again in Wylie, south sides of Wylie here. Not sure how big that hail is, but definitely probably at least quarter size hail. And let's see. Yeah, and then again, big hail continues. Quite the hail time here right along Spring Creek Parkway as the storm continues moving to the south and east. Man, it looks like my thing is kind of jumpy. Need to drive from Rockwall to Richardson. Anything in my path? All right. Rockwall's here. Richardson's there. Yeah, the storm that is currently in Plano is in your path. If you're going from Rockwall, if you're going from Rockwall to Richardson, you have a big angry storm coming down your way. I think by the time you are able to go through there, it probably won't be dropping very large hail anymore, but it's still going to town. All right. Okay. Another check-in on this. Has hail falling in Jonesboro, Texas right now, and we're just going to have to watch this as it eventually meanders its way towards Waco, and also this stuff by Killeen and Temple. All these storms, again, where we're just in an area that could be favorable to have more storms hit the very populated I-35 corridor here in Texas. All right. Storm moving through Dallas. I mean, again, this thing looks, again, not that great. And same with the storm over by Arlington. These storms, I mean, these just look kind of like clustery garbage. I don't think there's going to be much in the way more than quarters. These storms here, so we got the storm that's been dropping the really big hail in Plano, and then we have this storm over here by Wylie. This was the first storm that moved through. It looks like they're trying to have this little dance where they might be trying to combine right now, which would be kind of wild. Man, you're getting some. The hail sizes might be going up here on the south side of Wylie, right by the whatever lake. There's a big lake right here, right? Yeah, there's a big lake right here. Over here in the south sides of Wylie, it looks like there's quite a bit of quite a bit of hail falling here. Possibly could be getting close to golf ball size hail. Rockwall itself, you guys might be watch out. You might be getting a storm very soon here, as this thing looks like it's trying to redevelop, and I need to load another county as we are moving. Okay, 397. As we're now moving towards the more eastern sides of the Dallas Metroplex. All right. Okay. Here we go. 0.75 report. It's University Park here. What? Sizable next to the banana in Frisco? Okay. Golf ball size hail, Highway 121 in Custer, says Jim. All right. Highway 121 is somewhere. I wish I was a little more knowledgeable of the geographic locations. Okay, it looks like the main core of the hail is starting to be on the to south and east of Wylie, Texas. And what's this report of? You got quarter size hail over there by Allen. So it looks like, yeah, so it looks like the storm, so it looks like this storm is beginning to kind of die a little bit. So it's just starting to dump out its big hail. And it looks like this storm, the original storm that happened, is trying to reclaim itself as the main storm of the day as it heads towards Rockwall now. You can see it's really starting to strengthen quite a bit here, and is now dropping large hail in Rockwall right now. So there you go. Big hail falling in Rockwall right now. Okay. But yeah, Rockwall. Yeah, Rockwall is definitely getting big hail right now, guys. Are the areas getting hit with hail heavily populated with houses? Yeah, about as populated as you're going to get in the Southern Plains, being the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. So yeah, they're getting hit. But anyway, right now Rockwall, you guys are getting some big hail now. Storm went up very fast, or reformed itself very fast, and is now dropping big hail. Probably on the north of Route 66 here in Rockwall, just north of there. I mean, Murphy, you're getting some hail as well. I think the hail sizes are coming down pretty quick on that, though. I think most of the hail dumped out before it got to Murphy, so you're probably seeing the smaller hail on that. But the Rockwall area, you're definitely seeing at least golf ball sized hail there as well. So the cores are bouncing all over the place here, guys. We're getting hail all over sections of the Dallas-Fort Worth Metro today. So, okay, is it headed towards Hunt and Hopkins County? All right, sirens going off in Rowlett for hail. Okay, let's see here. Hunt and Hopkins counties. Oh God, I don't know exactly where. Hunt County, no, not Hunt County. You are too far to the north for the big storms. Same with Hopkins County. You guys not seeing these big hailstorms are moving to the south and to the east. This is where they're at. These are the storms. They're moving to the south and to the east. So they are not going to be impacting you with large hail. Rockwall is getting hit right now, and eventually towards, is this all just Rockwall? Is Rockwall County just Rockwall, Texas, guys? I don't, feel free to let me know. Lenskew said he just Rockwall hail. Yeah. Anyway, so okay, storm in Jonesboro. We're getting a hail spike on this one now in Jonesboro, Texas. It's not a large populated area by any means, but just showing that there's big hail in this little storm here as well. And this is making that general journey towards the Waco area. So again, we'll be watching that. That's not a pressing issue right now as the storms that are currently happening. If you're in places like Hutchins, southwestern portions of Dallas, near Balch Springs, Mesquite, near Lawson, not so much Mesquite, you're probably seeing some heavy rain, some thunder, lightning, and maybe some small pocket change size hail, but nothing, not even quarter size hail with that. All the big hail here is happening right now in Rockwall, Texas, and the far eastern sections of Wiley, Texas, where I'm sure you guys, yeah, you're getting Rockwall. Rockwall is really getting hail now. Probably all of Rockwall is about to get hit with upwards of golf ball size. Did my camera die? No, it did not. Okay. Rockwall County goes to Royce City as well. Rockwall is a great spot, said Chad Michael. I wonder if hail damage can damage a rock wall. Hail can damage a rock wall sometimes when it's like crazy big. I saw that out of Coleman, Alabama. It was messing up the like brick sidewalks. Hail falling in Murphy now. So this is from the storm that had upwards of baseball size hail in Plano. It's in Murphy now, dropping definitely not baseball size hail any longer, but probably upward $50 ping pong ball size hail there. Rockwall, you're getting big hail right now. Curious to see how big that's going to be, just of how quick it went up. Is this 2-inch report right now? Okay, 2-inch hail in Wiley. So yeah, so you're getting golf ball size hail in Rowlett. So I guess okay. So that means Rowlett's this, right? Is this what it means, guys? So here's like it says Rowlett and up in here. So okay. I'm starting to kind of figure out the geography of this stuff. So we're seeing at least 2-inch hail in all this stuff from Wiley down through Rockwall. So Rowlett, Wiley, Rockwall. Golf ball, 2-inch hail, possibly even larger than that right now in Rockwall. If it was dropping 2-inch golf ball, 2-inch hail there, then we're probably seeing closer towards the tennis ball size hail here. Yeah. You guys have like a water? Can you bring my water? Sorry about that, guys. I have been talking nonstop for a while now, so it's getting a little thirsty here. You were not on the camera. Perfect. Ugh. It sucks. I don't have any storm chasers that I can throw to. If you're wondering, when you're watching news coverage, when they get to drink water or go to the bathroom, they have the luxury of just tossing into a chaser. and they can step off screen and do that. I do not, so you get to see me drink some water every once in a while. But anyway, I'm good to go now. Rockwall, oh, wow, okay. Yeah, you're probably, are they getting baseballs here too? Yeah, they're getting freaking baseballs here too in Rockwall. And yeah, no, I think Derek's gonna be wearing some green pants. For sure. Yeah, it's already a 5-star. So yeah, Derek's gonna be whipping out those green pants. I don't know, next time I do a video. Is there a risk tomorrow? I have not checked. I think tomorrow is mostly a wind risk, guys, so I don't think there's gonna be much in the way of hail to go over. Again, the storms here, southwest side of Dallas, these are not hail producers at all in terms of anything large. Main focus here, it's in Rockwall, Texas. We've had golf ball size hail in Rowlett. We've had 2-inch size hail in Wiley. Let's see. I wonder if the stuff in Murphy. You think the stuff in Murphy is dropping big hail? I've kind of ignored it a little bit. Yeah. So we're warned for baseballs because I'm sure a baseball report has come in somewhere. Is there 2 reports in that? No. Let me roll this back a little bit here. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to get my own grip on everything, trying to roll everything back. Elsewhere, again, we have a string of storms that are tornado warned. Possibly a whole bunch of little tornadoes happening right around the I-20 corridor in Louisiana. But I think most of this has missed most of the population centers, other than the storm looks like by Fort Bing and by the Barksdale Air Force Base in Louisiana. By Shreveport, I think you guys got some golf balls. Got some golf ball size hail in Marshall, Texas. That was we have a client who has a pretty big customer there. I'm sure he's kind of stoked about that. What's this report for? We got a report of ping pong ball size hail by Jason Elmore from Right Now. That report came in just now, so ping pong balls there. So that means this storm, this one's still dropping ping pong ball size hail. So that one that was dropping baseballs slightly earlier, and now the large hail continues to fall in Rockwall. This is gonna be a long hail time. It's been dropping hail there for a little while now, across just the dead center of Rockwall, and now going a little further to the south and east. You have pretty big hail falling there. Again, upwards of tennis ball size hail. Probably has had some baseball size hail not too long ago in Rockwall. Let's see, what have these warnings been updated for? Quarters, whatever. And this one's still for baseballs, right? Yeah. So we've had big time hail in multiple areas today. Our map is available. Have you guys did we put a link to the map in the chat? Yeah, do it right now. When Derek puts it in the chat, I'll pin it. I think I can pin it, right? If I can't pin it, Derek will pin it. Yeah. So Derek will make sure that map is available for you. Just click on that. It'll be at the top of the chat here. So even if you're watching this like afterwards, it'll be at the top of the chat, so you can go get that 5-star map and get to work. Because it looks like there's going to be plenty to go around here. We got a whole bunch of different little areas, or not really little, a whole bunch of different areas across the Dallas Metroplex that will have large hail. Okay. All right, let me go up here. All right. Okay, share some down Houston way, not so much. Hashtag thanks, John. That's funny. Thank you, John. I feel something slowly. 2.25 in Rockwall. Thanks, Jim. All right. Is Plano, Allen, McKinney done? I think. All right. Before I say yes. McKinney, you're done. Prosper, you're done. Frisco, you're done. Allen, you're pretty much done. Plano, unless this storm right here does something real soon, you're done. Denton, you didn't get anything. Fort Worth, you're done. We're all transitioning over to the east sides of the Metroplex now. So Jim told us we had 2.25 inch in Rowlett somewhere, or Rockwall somewhere. Yeah, Rockwall. Whoa, Rockwall getting pelted, screens getting turned into Swiss cheese. All right, there you go. Maps pinned, guys, onto the chat. Man, Jim is on top of this right now, man. You're being helpful. The comment section is helpful because I'm trying to cover in one storm and then like 4 other storms go up, and it's like just trying to keep on top of everything here. And shout out, give instead of just thanking me, thank Frank and Heather as well. They've been doing all the mapping. They've been working real hard back there, trying to just keep up with everything. So make sure you do the hashtag thank Heather, hashtag thank Frank. As well as, or just thank Hailtrace, I guess. Thanks Hailtrace, because we've they're going. What did he say? Link no good. It says the link's not good, Derek. Okay, so now we have the storms, the large hails moving over to I-30 at this point. Probably Justice watch weather too. Thanks, Jim. Okay, yeah, so we do have some other storms trying to form back here by the colony. And this one over here now, I don't think this is going to do it. I think these storms aren't going to do as much because this is the cold front that's going to be pushing through. The cold front's going to, as these storms go up, it's going to undercut the storm. So the reason why we got such big hail today and why I was talking earlier about that potential of up to tennis ball size hail, the big if was worse storms going to fire off the dry line before the cold front came through and was able to move through before we were able to get the cold front to come through to undercut everything. And lo and behold, it did in fact happen. Right when I came in for an update, I could tell when I came on the air here for this coverage, I could tell that we were about to see something significant in the DFW area, thanks to just showing that the cap was breaking. We were going to see big storms. Kind of wall cloud. So, okay, the storm is now moving. The hail is beginning to wind down Rockwall. We're in Mobile City, which I guess is just another little area in the Rockwall area. And is now beginning to hail on Highway 276. And again, moving south and east. It's going to be moving out of population centers fairly soon. Or not fairly soon, probably next like 20 minutes or so. Storm behind it. In the Wiley area, you're seeing some hail, probably not as big as you were seeing before, probably some quarter, $half size hail now. That storm dropped baseballs previously in the Plano area, in the Frisco area. Oh, let's see here. Otherwise, we have the storm here in southwestern Dallas. This is not doing anything significant. What area in Texas got hit? How dense? The area. Okay, Nathan, overall, 5-star map. There's your golf ball report just now. We have at least a golf ball size hail in the Rockwall area. James Feltz did a report that I don't have to see. We have hail all over the place. Plano, McKinney. We even saw some in Irving. We saw some in Wiley, Prosper, Rockwall, Rowlett. Did I say Wiley already? Whole bunch of stuff. Start the video from the beginning. 41-mile-per-hour winds in Denton. Yes, that is the cold front. Cold front's coming through. Pretty some gusty winds behind that. Man, this storm is just not letting up in Rockwall. It is. So you can see here, see that little inflow right here, the little V? So it's managing to get its inflow from in front of this storm. So it's still able to keep itself together. This thing is a survivor, continuing to keep itself going here as we move through. I'm willing to bet that we will get into, what is this, Kaufman County before this thing really starts to weaken. It'll eventually interact with the storm that meandered through the Dallas area, but until then, it'll continue to drop at least golf ball size hail, I believe, as this continues to move through. Whole history reports, whole lot going on. I can't start a lot. Yes, yeah, you can't rewatch the video until we're done. So this whole thing, this whole long video, will once we're done, Facebook will reload it, and you can watch it from the beginning. You can kind of skip through and see the parts that you care most deeply about. I suggest probably jump ahead about 20 minutes from the beginning of the video, and that's when things really start getting exciting and not me just spinning my wheels a little bit. So that is my suggestion once this thing is over with. In the meantime here, I don't know how long I've been going. How long have I been going, guys? How long is the timer on here? 2 hours and 17 minutes. No wonder I need some water. That's crazy. All right, so past 2 hours, we've had storms in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. I'm all right for now. I have my water with me, so I'm good. Yeah, Derek is willing to take over in the event that I have to run to the bathroom or my voice just gives out. But I'm kind of rocking and rolling here. I'm in the groove, so we're just kind of keep going with this until we're gonna cover this pretty much until it's all clear. I'd say all clear just in general, because even though this stuff is starting to begin to wind down in most of the Metroplex, it's just moving into the eastern section of the Metroplex. I can't ignore further to the south, storms generally making their way towards Waco. We got a north split rocketing to the north here, over by Gatesville. And it's heading towards like McGregor, and then we have this storm finally trying to take over by Lampasas. So I have to kind of keep an eye, again, I have to keep an eye on all these guys as Waco and Killeen and Temple are all in the area of possibly getting hit with those in the coming while. Oh, wow, baseball's over there? Hold up. Another general check-in of what's going on. Looks like we had some baseball-sized hail somewhere in eastern Texas here.
Yeah.
Did it hit anybody?
It hit Elysian Field. Looks like it's about 20 miles.
All right, very small town. So some baseball-sized hail even further to the east. Man, that's crazy. I had no idea there would be that big hail over there, too. Today is overperforming from what was currently modeled, guys, if you haven't gotten the general gist of things. We had a quarter-size hail, looks like, even in where the National Weather Service in Shreveport is. So some parts of Shreveport definitely got at least $250 size hail. The Air Force Base in the area got golf balls. I don't know Shreveport's geography at all. I don't know if far into Shreveport it is, how far south of it, etc. But I know that's all available online as well. Looks like we have a confirmed tornado warning as well. And yeah, the radar indicated. Yeah, it's a confirmed tornado warning. So it looks like a little bit of a tornado outbreak happening here in North Louisiana. It's on I-20. Most of the area, I think Monroe has managed to sneak away from not getting any hail this whole time. Vicksburg, you're about to see a storm. Jackson, Mississippi, you're not going to see any hail out of this. Again, further to the west, Texas is the focus of all of our attention today, especially in the Metroplex. If I can roll this back all the way here, the biggest, so we had storms, fired up, it happened. This storm here moved through, had 3-inch hail with it, went through McKinney, and then we had another storm go through, move through here. We had another storm happen down there. A bunch of stuff that happened very rapidly that made it very hard for me to go over everything. Why would I buy a map when I know nothing about the damage? You gotta find the damage, I guess. All right. Well, anyway. Pushing forward here. Storm is now, looks like it's starting to kind of slow its roll a little bit here as it's moving towards further into Rockwall County. Looks like it's beginning to interact a little bit with the storm here down here in the southeastern sides of the Dallas area, but the marker is going up, so this storm might strengthen a little bit. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that as we move towards Ellis County and eventually towards Kaufman County as well. Looks like this storm might be trying to strengthen a little bit here, the one south on the southeast sides of the Dallas area. Okay. You gotta pay to play, said Keith Bailey. Yeah, pretty much. We can tell you storms and then just kind of a lot of it comes down to you guys. We can direct you in the right where to go. I'm sure there'll be damage in this storm. Ellis County 139. And Kaufman County I got to bring up too. All right. $2.57. Man, I knew I should have had some more caffeine before I did this. I'm running off of one cup of coffee at about 8 o'clock this morning.
Would you like some of it? I know John wants some.
I was gonna buy like a Red Bull or something. at the gas station on the way here this morning, and I didn't. All right, anyway, so we have, going back now, I got some more counties loaded. So we're watching, this storm is beginning to weaken. It's beginning to interact with the storm to the south. So again, the golf ball size hail I think is beginning to wind down, and we're going to see the hail slowly fall out and kind of peter out as we're heading into, was this McClendon Chisholm. And so this is going to die out, and then the storm further to the south looks like it's strengthening now, so we have to move forward here. Okay, Claude said, map says 315 houses, LOL. That is probably from earlier. There was a storm that happened earlier, and that had the house count in it. We obviously don't have any house counts on here yet, so chances are the house count will be updated. It'll be a lot higher than 315, obviously. Are we able to go in and just delete that, Heather? Just in the parent map and just delete the whatever the house count it says it is?
Like for the map itself?
Yeah, for the parent map.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it doesn't say 315 houses. We're obviously going to be adding up the houses. Storms are ongoing, and it kind of gets all confused when this happens. When you had one storm that happened earlier that had a house count written on it, and then this one since has had many storms happen. So don't worry, the house counts will change. We have a new warning for this storm. I think this one might try to strengthen. We'll have to see. Again, this is southeast of the loop here, moving into southeastern sections of the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. I think it gets pretty rural once we get past, I guess pretty much here. It doesn't look crazy anymore as we head towards Enos and Rosser. How do you not have a fridge full of Red Bulls just in case this happens? I usually have some sort of energy drinks in the fridge, but I've just been I was kind of slacking. We haven't had a whole lot of activity going on recently, and the storms from was it last week or was it earlier this week? I don't know. Days blend together, guys. The most recent storms, I drank all my energy drinks, so my backup reserves. So I haven't had a chance to restock, so shame on me for not doing it. I saw some at Target yesterday that were even it was like a pretty good deal, a whole bunch of them for like $5, and I just didn't do it. I'm kicking myself right now for that, but it's all right. I'll survive. We're getting coffee brewed. I'll be able to suffer and get power through this. I'm all amped up. Big time hail. Hail happening in Dallas. It's always exciting for everyone here at Hail Trace. I know for all you guys watching as well. Again, storm now beginning to really weaken quite a bit here in the Rockwall area. Storm looks like it's trying to strengthen, however, over by the southeast of Dallas, though it's beginning to move into significantly less densely populated areas. I think the population is going to be calming down quite a bit. What is this guy doing? Watching further south, though, here's Waco. We got other storms going on. This north split is rocketing in the general direction of Waco, so we're having to watch that as well. And obviously, if storms do impact Waco or Temple or Killeen, all of that will be included all in the exact same map. It's all going to have the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex stuff, all the stuff that happened in Texas today. It won't include Shreveport, but it will include everything that happens in the state of Texas today. So you'll get, I know a lot of you guys will just want to know the Dallas area, but you'll get everything with it. So if you want to send guys out to different areas, if other big storms do happen, we will. You'll obviously be able to get it all in one. All right, guys. So, again, click on the link below. I believe the link works. If it doesn't, just go on to our website, and you'll be able to view the map is there. If you're already a subscriber, you can just log in, and you'll be able to see it. Yeah, storm is strengthening as the storm has finally figured itself out as it's moving out of the Dallas area. Of course, that's kind of what happens. But we've had quite a few storms already today. So if I roll it back, those of you I saw a baseball size hail fell here for a little while as the storms move forward. Whole bunch of storms, whole bunch of reports coming in. I'm sure even more reports will come in after the fact. This happens a lot. When you have a big event like this, a lot of reports will come in delayed because people are on on social media and they're posting stuff. And that reminds me, I should go on social media. And let's log into our Twitter here. This is huge. Look at that right there in McKinney, right at the top. I didn't even have to search anything yet, and we already got Big Hail. So Big Hail there in McKinney. Let's just search TX Hail. Hope nothing weird comes up. Okay. Here we go. Hail and Murphy there. Often. Here we go. Let's see if I can get hail in Plano. There's a picture from Plano, guys. Some more hail in Plano. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna start just looking at specific stuff. Let's look at McKinney first. Been hit a couple times, which is gonna make got some hail there. Look at that one, guys. It's pretty big old hailstone on that one. Okay, link worked for Billy. All right, good. So the link is working. Good. All right, some hail here. Overhead and profit posted something. Some big hail. West McKinney just got a whole brand new. We just put a new roof last year from last year's storm. Yep, yeah, a lot of places that were hit last year are gonna hit again. Some more big hail here. Let's see here. And this is just I'm thumbing through Twitter really fast to see anything exciting here. Northwest McKinney. It's a pretty big stone on that one. God, that's one picture. That one dude with a penny-sized hail picture. Whole bunch of, look at all those hailstones. On like a golf course or something there. God, we had like the same 4 pictures over and over again. Let's switch it from McKinney to Frisco. There we go. There's a nice little ping pong ball on that one. Some golf balls. Here we go. Banana for scale. See some big stones on that. Quite a bit big hail. Southeast Frisco. It's bigger than $50 size hail. Oh, my camera die? Nope, okay. Video of some of the hail here. 2-inch hail there in Frisco. Whole wide range of hails. I wonder if I can find stuff in Prosper. No, it's not as big as this big of a hail. Oh yeah, this is video, guys. Yeah, look at all this hail. Look at those big old stones. Look at those, more importantly, big houses there, guys. Nice neighborhood. Huh? Oh, I know. I just found it on Twitter. This is from Prosper. Big time hills. Look at the big spot. Yeah, baseballs for sure. All over. Man, Prosper is a nice town, guys. I had no idea. That is wild. All right. Anyway, enough of that. Let's get back to what's at hand here. My phone doesn't die. All right, so it looks like, yeah, storm has since really died out. I think the hail is now beginning to end in the far southeastern reaches of Rockwall County. I think that is coming to an end here. Looks like storm trying to establish itself a little bit better by Combine, Texas. This is the south and east of Dallas. I think this is going to be winding down. I don't think this is going to really take off too much. I think the cold front's starting to sneak up on these storms, so I think it's going to weaken it quite a bit. But the damage is done. Quite a bit of hail. that happened through the area. And again, the map's available online for you guys to go check out, purchase, and it'll continue being updated through the evening. And that final house count will come out, you know, at some point, and then and we'll just kind of see how things play out as I make that as kind of a transition here to a storm that's heading generally towards Waco. This looks like it's getting a little bit better organized. We have this little north split from a storm earlier that's going to probably just barely miss Waco, but then this storm over here we're going to be watching as it's moving in the general direction of Waco, Troy, and down closer towards Killeen and Temple. We have another storm here by Lampasas. It's taking its sweet time to kind of get itself moving here. And again, we have quite a bit of time for these storms to move towards I-35. The cold front's very far behind that. So most of these areas are nice, heavily populated. Thanks, Chad. Yeah, thanks, man. Again, I do not know the Dallas area very well, so you know, obviously I just try to relay where things are happening, and I hope you guys, you know, have a better idea of what it is. I do know McKinney and Frisco and Plano. I know they're more affluent areas of the Metroplex, so not too surprised. I think those Dude Perfect guys are from Frisco, and I know they have a pretty nice house. Elsewhere, I think the hail is beginning to wind down a little bit along I-20 here in northern Louisiana, but there's storms all the way across Louisiana, that's for sure. And the hail again winding down. We had some $250 size hail in the Shreveport area, and then some golf ball size hail somewhere. Again, I'm not 100% certain where that Air Force Base is, but the Air Force Base got some. Yeah, there's people there. Was that in Shreveport? Yeah. Okay, so Shreveport got golf ball size hail. I didn't really know. I couldn't bring up the radar, and I'm not getting alerts on my phone right now, so I can get the comments coming in from you guys. So that's why I just wanted to. I haven't even seen our own reports, you know. So I know the push notifications have probably been coming in like crazy for a while there. Man. All right. See. So yeah, we're just gonna kind of watch and see this stuff as it heads towards Waco. The storms are beginning to kind of wind down in the Dallas area. So if you're watching from, well, pretty much Fort Worth or Arlington, Irving, anywhere that got a bunch of hail already, you're not getting any more. Don't worry. It is all winding down. The cold front is pretty easy to see on radar here. It's this line cutting across and going up through like McKinney like that. That is the cold front. That is the killer of the storms, the end of the instability. So Dallas, you're beginning to really wind down. This is a marathon. Yes. All right. Oh yeah. So the storm is strengthening as it's heading towards Combine right now. These little areas on the outskirts of Dallas County, moving into Kaufman County. Looks like we are having storms. That storm is trying to strengthen as it continues, and then we have other stuff trying to go up. Again, God, geez, all these things are trying to go all at once here. So we have this. This will be heading towards Hillsboro. This north split looks like it's kind of petering out as this storm is taking over. We'll have to see if this gets towards Waco. Storm down here by Lampasas. This is not as far away from the radar that I'm using right now, but we'll have to watch that because that's near Killeen and Temple, and we'll have to watch all those. And there isn't anything any further south than that, right? Okay. Looks like Austin probably won't see anything. It looks like Austin, Texas is too far south for this event, but quite a bit going on. What does this say? Mostly severe hail risk. Continue through the mid-evening hours. Oh, this is from a while ago. All right. Oh, never mind. So, all right, guys. So overall, again, 5-star map we made. Derek will be wearing his 5-star pants, his green pants. He'll come on to the camera for that. Probably not tomorrow. I don't think we're going to be doing a video tomorrow. No hail looks like it's forecast, or very minimal hail is forecast for tomorrow. And Sunday looks quiet. Looking ahead, next week might have something interesting for towards the end of the week. We'll just put it at that. We're watching stuff that is more indicative of a widespread event, less than more of these localized ones. We'll kind of see how that pans out. Again, we'll have to wait and see what happens. So that is all we are looking at for now. So there won't be any videos this weekend. And then Monday we'll have probably a recap of this. Derek will come on and he'll have no legs. He's wearing the 5-star pants. And we'll be talking about things possibly coming up going into next week. Hopefully my birthday's next weekend. We'll see if we get big storms for my birthday weekend and I have to work the whole time. We'll see what happens. All right. So yeah. So things are really starting to wind down here in the Dallas area. We're moving out of the Dallas Metroplex. Storms have weakened considerably, and I think they are not going to spike back up as the cold front's racing towards them. However, we do have storms, little north splits. We have storms trying to fire further south by Hillsboro. Got all these storms heading in the general direction of Waco and Killeen and Temple. So we're going to have to watch those as well. Happy B-Day. Thanks, Latif. All right. Everything, all the stuff here, okay, you can see all the stuff here in I-20 is now, when I loop it, it went from little supercells, right? So now we just have this squall line that's coming down. And that is what was originally expected to happen today further east here. I thought it looked like it was just going to be a squall line racing down to the south, and that really doesn't promote big hail. But supercells ended up forming anyway. And then that caused the golf ball to even report a baseball size hail. Those storms that moving south of I-20 now. So anywhere on I-20 in Louisiana, you're not going to be seeing any big hail any longer. Just heavy rain, some winds, and that's going to wind down. Mississippi, yeah, the occasional little, whoops, I'm in the way. Mississippi, occasional little storms that were going on. These are winding down. I don't think they're going to be causing too much of an issue. Again, squall line is really going to start taking over. It really takes all the instability. It takes a lot of power to power these things, a lot of energy, I mean, to power these things. So I think that's going to be coming more to an end. You have, again, all the reports seem to be winding down here. We had storms move through Dallas, move through the main storms. We're up in this area here towards like McKinney and stuff. And these have all since passed, and they're beginning to really wind down. Their strength is coming down considerably as the cold front is starting to catch up with these storms that fired. The dry line and the cold front are merging together, and that's going to kind of kill any additional development of storms for the Metroplex. Further south, Waco, you can still see some activity. Even possibly Hillsboro with this little guy right here trying to race to the north and east towards Hillsboro. And again, we have these storms heading generally towards Waco. We got to watch for those, and also storms over by Killeen and the Temple area as well. Whole bunch of activity here. We're gonna have to watch as these continue to form and look like, man, this one over here. This is a classic north split where you have the inflow coming in from the north instead of the south, and they're rocketing to the northeast, and all the big hails on the north side of the storm as it moves quickly to the north and to the east. Okay. 2 hours and 41 minutes. Are we going to exceed the length of the movie Titanic while we're doing this here, guys? Well, let's find out. But yeah, it looks like this north split is strengthening, and it's heading generally towards Hillsboro. It's another little town here, just kind of outside the Metroplex a little bit. And it will just add to the map that we already have. It's already a 5-star map, so really, you're just adding insult to injury at this point. And nothing's going to push us up over top of our maximum. Usually when the Dallas area gets hit, chances are you get a baseball report, you're probably going to end up making a 5-star map. That's how Dallas rolls. We probably get more 5-star maps in Dallas than anywhere else in the country. So that trend seems to be continuing today. Yeah, storm by combine, it keeps fluctuating in strength. This has been the theme of this particular storm. It just fluctuates in strength constantly. But we're probably getting some decent hail in this little town of Combine. All right. All right. East of Lampasas, the storm looking pretty good again. Probably the best it's looked in a while. I'm picking up from really far up. Let's see if I can load up another radar here. Hopefully the stream doesn't lag too much when I do this. I'll take a little bit of memory. Get another one of these radars up so I can bring up the radar down by Austin, and it'll pick up this storm a little bit better so we can see it a little better once it gets going here. All right, we don't want Atlanta. Atlanta's not the story today. All right, load these guys up here. Oh yeah, this storm by Passos looks pretty good. We got a hail spike. Got some decent hail. Got a nice little inflow on this guy. Might be moving the wrong way though. Killeen and Temple are over here. This storm is really taking off, and it's going generally this way, generally the south and east. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. See how long it goes for, where it ends up moving to. It'd be crazy if it made it to Austin. I don't think it would. It will, but it would be crazy. Yeah. So this north split has third time that happened. All right. I keep disconnecting, guys. It's driving me nuts. Sorry about that. So north split heading towards Waco. This has weakened considerably as the storm behind it is kind of taking all its energy. We'll see if Waco actually gets hit. I think this might be moving too far to the south. However, the north split might be heading towards Hillsboro, so we got to keep an eye on that. And this one looks pretty good. As we're moving further north, we got a warning now. I got for quarters. Storm by Combine. Again, kind of maintaining its strength, probably maybe up to some ping pong ball size hail. And yeah, that's what we got going on right now. I think what I'm going to do is I might take a tiny break here. Looks like things are quiet for now. Or just for the moment anyway. Overall, we have this storm here. It's not over major population in Combine and near Scurry. And this is to the south and west of Kaufman. Kaufman will not be impacted by the major hail in this storm. Man, there's still a rotating wall cloud on this thing. That's wild. And this north split, this storm, looks like it's heading towards Hillsboro. Looks like we have another storm trying to fire off the dry line, but the cold front is like, so here's the dry line, and then here's the cold front. So this storm won't be able to get very much going on before that cold front catches up with it. The north split might thread the needle and make it to Hillsboro before the cold front gets to it, but we'll have to kind of see. And again, watching this storm, this guy's kind of a beast. We'll probably see some big hail out of this. Yeah, we got all that. Probably seen some big hail out of this puppy. But I think I'm going to take a break. Stream's not going to end, though. We're going to, there'll be some music playing. It'll be showing this for you guys to see. And we'll pop back on and things get a little more interesting. I might end the stream then and then bring it back up for more coverage. But in the meantime, I'm going to take a break, drink a little more water, and just kind of checking out how everything's going. So it's been fun, guys. It's been a crazy 2 hours and 46 minutes. If you guys have stuck it out this whole time, I appreciate it. That is pretty crazy. There's 45 of you now. I don't know what the number was at the peak. I'm sure it was quite a few. I know I saw at least like 160 watching at any given time for a while there. But I also wasn't paying attention for a little while. So I think with that, let me just pop this on real quick. I'm gonna have this screen on. I'll probably zoom in a little bit, and we'll come back on when storms get closer to Hillsboro, Waco, Killeen, or Temple. So don't worry if you're just hearing music and just seeing a radar. We're still around, we're still watching everything, and we will come back for coverage. The stream will probably end, and then I'll pop back on, at least here on Facebook. So I'll stop and come back before doing just more talking like this, but it'll keep this going until then. So with that, guys, I'm going to take a break, probably be back in a little bit here, and if not, if I don't see you, I'll see you guys again on Monday.
Thank you.